Jack would have that window open. And shorts on. Yeah. Wouldn't matter.
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod Communications, GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Kentuckiana Football Friday starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Brownstown Central High School in Brownstown, Indiana, for the battle between the Silver Creek Dragons and the Brownstown Central Braves. I'm Mike Beck. With me tonight, Paul Love, as usual. And Paul, it's great to be here for the first time ever for a football game in Brownstown, and what a great facility this is.
Great facility. The first time ever for the press boxes here this year and the bleachers. And, it's an overcast night, but, we haven't gotten into that cold weather yet, so it's really a perfect night for football.
Great crowd here tonight, and two really strong football teams. Silver Creek having an epic season for a relatively new program. They come in 6-1 on the year. Had a tough loss last week at North Harrison, a defensive struggle. Final score there was 6-0. On the other hand, Brownstown Central comes in tonight 6-1, and their only loss was a loss to North Harrison. So both teams have lost to North Harrison. Now they play each other to find out who's number 2.
Absolutely. Prohibitive favorite North Harrison for sure. Brownstown only lost to them 14-17, so another real low-scoring and close game there. So, it's got all the makings of a championship game to me, though, Mike. It really does, because both these teams at 6-1, 4-1 in the conference, getting ready for the tournament. So I'm looking for a real good ball game tonight.
Should be a good one, and pretty good crowd here in attendance. I expect it will fill up even further as time passes, but we'll go ahead and take our first break, and when we come back, you'll get a chance to speak with Silver Creek coach John Dablow. That's what's up next as we get things rolling here at Glycod.com. Stand by. We'll be right back right after this.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954. At 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
The best things in life are free, and that includes free checking from Centro. When we say free, we mean it. This Seriously Free Checking has all the online and mobile banking features you want. Plus, no minimum balance, no monthly maintenance fees, and no required transactions. Get Seriously Free Checking and bank with a seriously local business. Check it out at Centro.org. Centro Credit Union, centered around you. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Kentuckiana Insurance Center in Sellersburg protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. They're a full-service independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing superior service and the best coverage possible. A Pacesetter agency for 28 years, Kentuckiana Insurance Center was awarded Motorist Coveted Pacesetter designation, the top recognition the company awards agents. Choose a Motorist Pacesetter agent to get the protection and security you need. Motorist Insurance, you know us. Call Earl of Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Kentuckiana Insurance Center at 110 East Utica Street in Sellersburg. Independent insurance agents for 30 years. Contact Earl Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700.
This is Paul Love with Glycod.com here at Brownstown High School, where the Braves will be taking on the Dragons of Silver Creek in Mid-Southern Conference football. With me is the head coach of Silver Creek, John Dablow. Coach, boy, real heartbreaker last week. Tell us, I know you lost a heartbreaker 0-6 to a good North Harrison team. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Well, it was a heartbreaker. It was tough. We, defensively, we were stopping them. We just couldn't get them off the field. And offensively, we'd make a good play and then got hit with a penalty or some type of fumble or something like that. So just felt like we couldn't get anything going. And when we did finally get something going, we had to go 80 yards and kind of ran out of time and ran out of downs. And so it was a tough one, but hopefully our guys are over it. We got another tough one tonight.
Absolutely. And again, that puts North Harrison prohibitive favorite to win the conference based on the rest of the remaining schedule. I know that, but tell you what, this game tonight, two teams, 6-1, really strong, really good defensive teams. What do you know about Brownstown, and what do you think it's going to take to beat them tonight?
Well, you don't have to know much. I mean, they've won double-digit games how many years in a row now, and how many sectional titles, how many regional titles. I mean, if you want to compete in the Mid-Southern, you got to go through Brownstown, and they're good year in, year out, and hopefully we got a team that can compete with them this year.
Right. Tell us, we had you earlier in the year on Glycod. I wasn't there, though, so you need to help me understand who do you count on as far as offense is concerned?
Well, offensively, our big fullback, Jacob Garrett, obviously is going to carry a lot of the load for us, and he's a big one. Also in the backfield, Brandon Russell is big, and we have three of our sweepers that we feel can get the ball, and we rotate those guys in and out. And then Bennett Bile, our big 6'4" receiver, we need to get him the ball a little bit more than maybe we did last week.
Right, and this again, it's a very important game from a rivalry standpoint. I know that, and you guys strive on defense. I mean, for goodness sakes, your defensive average is down about 4 points a game or something like that if you figure it all out, having shut out like your first four opponents in the game. So, who leads the charge on defense for you?
Well, we got a lot of good defensive players. Again, Jacob Garrett's over there. Josh Anderson is one. Isaiah Lukes. Again, Bennett Bile. We got several that go both ways. Peyton Myers is another of our linebackers. And we can go on and on of our defense. But you're right, they are good. And hopefully they'll have a good night again tonight.
Read a lot about them. They seem to love one another, work together hard, and it's a team defense.
They have been a fun group. They have been a fun group to work with this year. When you get after it like they have, makes for a fun season.
Everybody healthy tonight?
We are without one of our defensive linemen, but other than that, we're healthier than we've been in a long time.
Great game. Expect to call a good one tonight,
Thank you,
Coach.
Sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mayhem is everywhere. I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
And Floyd Knobs. Call Allstate agent Packy Page today.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954. At 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we we fix it? Yes, we can.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
Welcome back here, the pregame coverage. Mike Beck, Paul Love on GlyCod.com. Glad to be here tonight at Brownstown Central High School. And let's talk about some keys to the game tonight. Some keys brought to you by Allstate agent Brian Wright in Jeffersonville. For a free quote on your car insurance, you can stop by his office across from Jeff High School or call him at 282-2970. That's Allstate's Brian Wright. What are some of the keys to the game tonight, Paul?
Well, I think the big key to the game is which team can break through on offense. Both teams being really strong defensive teams. Brownstown, I did the math on them. They only average just a little over 12 points a game, and Silver Creek is ridiculous, averaging 3.9 points per game. So, it's, again, as always, breaks may make a difference, interceptions, turnovers, and the like. Both of them have a pretty good running back that they go to quite often, but once again, I think who maybe has the ball last could be the winner of this game. I do expect a low-scoring game.
Yeah, when you give up less than 4 points a game, you're doing something right, especially when you're in your seventh game of the season. And I looked that stat up. They're second in the state defensively, Silver Creek is, the whole state, in all class. So Coach Dablow's got that defense rocking and rolling tonight. They're going to have a great game because Brownstown Central is ranked in the top of the state in margin of win by outscoring their opponents by a pretty fair number. So
24 points a game.
Yeah, so they're putting it on teams. Silver Creek's shutting down teams. I think that you're right. This clash is going to be who breaks through on scoring. Can the defense of Silver Creek stand up to this offense at Brownstown Central?
And vice versa.
Yeah, we'll see what happens both ways. Well, that's our keys to the game tonight. We'll take another break. When we come back, you'll get a chance to talk to Brownstown coach Reed May. That's still to come right here on GlyCod.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
Many children
Westminster
in your
Village,
community need
Kentuckiana,
a voice.
a senior
That's why
living
you should
community located in the
volunteer
heart
for
of
CASA,
Clarksville, has been
court-appointed
serving
special
residents.
advocates who stand for the best interest of abused and neglected children involved in the court system. CASA volunteers are ordinary community members, and as a volunteer, you'll receive plenty of training and have lots of resources to help you with your cases. For more information or to become a volunteer, contact your local CASA office or visit casaforchildren.org.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
The best things in life are free, and that includes free checking from Centro. When we say free, we mean it. This seriously free checking has all the online and mobile banking features you want. Plus, no minimum balance, no monthly maintenance fees, and no required transactions. Get seriously free checking and bank with a seriously local business. Check it out at Centro.org. Centro Credit Union, centered around you. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
This is Paul Love with GlyCod.com here at Brownstown High School, where the Braves of Brownstown meet against the Silver Creek Dragons in Mid-Southern Conference football. And with me is Coach Reed May, head coach of the Braves. Coach, we just talked about, you've been around here a few years, I know, and you've had an awful lot of success. So I want to first of all congratulate you on that. You've got a great football program going here.
Yeah, this is my 25th year, and we've been here for a while, and we got great continuity between our staff, and the players work hard for us. So we've had a great run so far. So hopefully, I don't know how many more years I'll be doing it, but so far so good.
Well, you know, Coach, this looks like a game's almost too close to call. I'd say two very, very similar teams that pride themselves on defense and holding their opponents to fewer points. What about this game tonight? What do you know about Silver Creek, and what's it going to take to beat them?
Well, they got a great team. Obviously, North Harrison got both of us, but North Harrison's got a great football team, and Silver Creek does a really nice job. Their offense, their defense, only giving up 27 points all year. So, they've had a great year so far, and, we feel like we've had a great year except for the North Harrison game. So, we're very similar. We run a kind of a single wing type offense. They run a kind of a fly sweep type offense, but a lot of similarities between the two offensively. And, defensively, I think both teams are aggressive and fly the football, so it should be a good game.
I think so, very much so. Coach, offensively, who do you count on back there to get some points on the board for you?
Well, we're a single wing, so we count on all four. We got Gus Hogan, their quarterback, and then we got two slots and a fullback that carry the ball. So we have four guys that can carry the ball, and then we don't throw it a lot, but we do a lot of misdirections and things like that to try to confuse our team. So, Gus Hogan, our quarterback, is probably our main guy.
Yeah, I agree. I looked at some of your stats, and he looks pretty good on paper for sure. Going to take a good game tonight from him.
Yeah, he was one of our better slots last year off the semi-state team. The team that got beat the semi-state. So we moved him to quarterback this year, and he does a nice job running what we do.
And what about defense? Who do you rely on there to make the tackles for you on defense?
Well, we got everybody. Lyndon Underwood's he's all-state defensive lineman, offensive lineman, so he does a nice job at D-end for us, D-tackle. And then, we just got a lot of new faces on defense, but we feel like they all fly the ball pretty good. So it's more team defense.
Unusual year, in my estimation, with so many good teams in the Mid-Southern Conference. Charleston, normally pretty good, pretty competitive team as well, but congratulations to you and your team here at Brownstown. You guys for years have really been good in high school football. Coach, everybody healthy tonight? You ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay. See you on the field.
Right,
Thanks,
thank you.
Coach.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
The W.M. Kelly Company, complete metal manufacturing located in New Albany. They are always looking for experienced welders and machine operators. If you're interested in becoming part of their team, contact W.M. Kelly's Human Resources Office at 812-945-3529 or send an email to info@wmkelly.com. W.M. Kelly, designing, building, innovating.
The best things in life are free, and that includes free checking from Centro. When we say free, we mean it. This seriously free checking has all the online and mobile banking features you want. Plus, no minimum balance, no monthly maintenance fees, and no required transactions. Get seriously free checking and bank with a seriously local business. Check it out at Centro.org. Centro Credit Union, centered around you. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954. At 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we we fix it? Yes, we can.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
Welcome back here to the field. Mike Beck and Paul Love, glad to be here at Brownstown as we give you some game time weather updates. And I can't believe it's October 6th, and our game time weather tonight is kickoff temperature 81 degrees. This cloud cover here up in Brownstown, but very warm tonight. And so it's a warmer night than you might expect here. But your game time weather brought to you by CASA. Become a volunteer and enrich the life of a child and your own. Clark County CASA. For more information, you can call 285-0743 or visit casavoiceclark.org. And Paul, let's talk about some starters here as we take a couple of minutes as festivities are unfolding.
Glad to. Let's take a look at Silver Creek first of all. Their workhorse and their go-to guy is their strong senior running back, Jacob Garrett. He stands 6'2", weighs 236. He's carried the ball 101 times statistically this year, 698 yards, and that's about a 6.9 yard per carry click. So you can expect him to have his hands on the ball quite a bit here tonight. Josh Landers, their quarterback, he's calling the signals. He's 6'2" and 200 pounds. His passing so far this year, 22 of 48, and he's just a junior. So that's who you'll hear about in Silver Creek. As far as Brownstown is concerned, their Mr. Everything is Gus Hogan. He's a senior. He's rushed 86 times, 475 yards, 5.5 yards per carry. Also 22 of 33 passing with 4 touchdowns. And like Coach said, they run a single wing, so they have 3 other guys that are going to carry the ball intermittently throughout the ball game. So those are your workhorses, and those are the names that you're probably going to hear the most tonight.
All right, that's your Hoosier Pest Control starting lineups brought to you by Hoosier Termite and Pest Control. Proud to support Southern Indiana high school sports and offer an exclusive 10% off pest control services. For details, visit HoosierTermitePestControl.com. Well, we'll take a break, come back, and we should be ever closer to kickoff, about 7.5 minutes or so, according to the game clock here on the field. And, of course, they'll sneak the national anthem in there some point as well. So we'll go ahead and take a break, and hopefully we'll come back and not step right into the middle of a ceremony honoring our nation's flag, as that's happened to us before.
It has.
And one of the hazards of doing live broadcast is that they don't follow my schedule. It's like if I'm the NFL and the NCAA, I can kind of dictate that broadcast schedule to the game, but the game here dictates it to us. So,
Mike, one thing I want to talk about is defense. These two are all real strong defensive teams, so I'd like to highlight who we think are going to be making most of the tackles here.
Go right ahead.
You want to do that now? Okay,
sure.
Great. Silver Creek, their leading tackler, according to Max Preps, the stats that I got, is Josh Anderson. He's a senior linebacker. He's had 31 solo and 22 assists, so 53 tackles on the year. He's closely followed by Peyton Myers and Kobe Coleman on defense for the Dragons. Other side of the ball, the tackles by Brownstown. Their leading tackler seems to be statistically their defensive back, Caleb Bollinger. He's had 27 solos, 21 assists, 48 tackles, and you also hear the names of Derek Thompson, Matthew Bell, and Luke Shelton. Those are the guys I think that mostly linebackers and defensive backs, as the linemen do all the heavy-duty work up front, but those are the guys that are going to be making the tackles.
I think you're going to see a lot of hard hits tonight. I think two teams that are well coached, and they play the game very well on the fundamental side of things, and that's exciting to see a couple of really good football teams. This may be the best matchup we've seen all year long.
Oh, I think so. And I've got a sheet here that I keep the scoring along the game. I don't intend to put many numbers down as far as scoring. It'll be a low-scoring game.
All right, the teams have taken the field, and we'll get the national anthem played here for us in just a moment. We'll go ahead and take our final break. When we come back, we'll be game time ready. So stand by, folks. More to come right after this on glycod.com. We'll be right back.
Dr. Carter's office. Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and recare appointments, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleanings to complex procedures. Call Annette or Joyce today at 812-944-5155 and see why 5 generations of patients still return to Carter Family Dentistry, located on Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office, reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Glycod Communications presents Kentuckiana Football Friday. Tonight's game is brought to you by Centra Credit Union for banking and financial services that are centered around you. By Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, quality technicians with a personal touch. By Kentuckiana Insurance Center, independent insurance agents serving Sellersburg for 30 years. By Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll, who reminds you not to text and drive. By W.M. Kelly Company in New Albany, designing, building, innovating, and now hiring. By Voinier's Auto Air in Jeff. By Our Place, providing drug and alcohol education services throughout southern Indiana. And by Allstate agents Brian Wright and Packy Page. They put you in good hands. Now to the field for all the action of Kentuckiana Football Friday from Glycod Communications.
And the timing worked out just perfectly as the national anthem notes have faded away, and we're here at Brownstown getting ready for a great football game tonight, or what we anticipate as one. Flag at half staff here tonight in remembrance of all those lost just a week ago, last Sunday in Las Vegas. It seems like every week there's something crazy we're talking about this past football season, but our hearts and prayers go out for the folks that are recovering and for the families that have lost loved ones. That's a story that will be with them for a long time. But we're here tonight for football, and hopefully this will kind of get things right in the world. It seems like when a football game gets underway, things sort of get back to a normal place, and Lord knows we could use it.
Have some fun. Hurricanes and terrorist attacks, and, this is a wonderful opportunity to just, watch a good high school football game.
Yeah, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh my, right? It seems like earthquakes, hurricanes, and what have you. But the band has left the field. Teams are ready to get underway. They had the coin toss. This is a ceremonial thing now. I guess this is the way they do it in Indiana. We've bounced back and forth this year. And
well, what they want to do is they want to give the teams the opportunity to go into the locker room before the game and decide, which team is going to be out on the field and how they're going to get started and that sort of thing. So
sure.
We don't get privy to that action until the formal display right now.
That is what's taking place, the ceremonial coin toss, if you will. It took place a little earlier this evening.
I think we've mentioned both teams have one more game in the conference. Brownstown has Scottsburg yet to play, and Silver Creek has Corydon, both games that they should win. And there you go, there's the coin toss, and the Brownstown Braves won the toss, and they declined or deferred, and so Silver Creek will have first options on offense.
So we'll get to see the vaunted Silver Creek offense led by Jacob Garrett, number 12, and also by Brandon Russell, number 13. And you'll find out tonight what I had to deal with at Providence early this season. Trying to read those numbers apart, good luck. Not for the faint of heart. But, hey, we're sitting in a nice air-conditioned
air conditioning.
Box. What am I complaining about?
On October the 6th, we're in air conditioning.
Yeah, who would have thunk it?
Nice facility. But we are right on the 50-yard line, and, I expect most of the game probably to be played between the 40s, if things go according to plan here defensively.
Well, one thing we didn't talk about before the game started was how important field position and the kicking game may play in this ball game. If they are able to, one team or another seems to be able to pin the other deep in their own territory, this could get to a field possession game.
That could be a very, very important issue. There's no question. Once again, if be lucky to score a total of 20 points in the whole ball game, the way things have been going.
Well, also want to keep in mind penalties and turnovers. This level of football, they're more important than ever because they happen all the time.
Need to get the breaks. Here we go.
Braves ready to kick off. They approach the kick, a decent kick. Going to push him all the way back to the 5-yard line, taken there and brought out across the 15. Now he runs backwards a bit. Tries to get to the sideline and does.
Heath Knight, is that number 18?
That's 19, Elijah Bays.
Oh, that was Bays, okay.
Bays on the return. And,
yes.
Not a bad return. They'll start out just close to the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Dragons. We'll see what they've got in store for us this evening.
Spotting the ball right on the 21-yard line maybe?
I believe so. 1st and 10. Flanders going to pass, put the ball up, has a receiver, and a completion.
Unbelievable.
Bile with the completion out to about the 41-yard line, and a big pitch and catch there. Landers to Bile, and that's one thing that Coach Dablo said he didn't do enough last week was get Bile in the offense.
A little surprised to start the game. 38-yard pass play. Landers put the ball up nicely, and Bile, being a big receiver, went up and got it.
First quarter action here. Landers under center. Man in motion is Lukes. He comes around the near side, looks for a lane. Got a nice block, but couldn't get much out of it. Isaias Lukes is a senior running back and 5'10", 150 pounds, but he can scamper. He became an important part of the offense against Providence early this season.
Got about, 6 yards on the play?
2nd and 4. Landers back under center. Man in motion, and we go to the left side, trying to get a block. Garrett pushing his man all the way out, but nowhere to go. The running back was 19. That was Elijah Bays, and Bays lost ground. The vaunted Braves defense came up strong that time. It'll bring up 3rd and about 8.
That's that defense we've been talking about. Got him in the backfield, threw him for about a 4-yard loss. Brings up a very important 3rd down now and about 8 yards for a first down.
Offense set. Landers quick pass out to the near side. Jacob Garrett with the ball. He's got some room, and he's brought down across the 30. He'll have a first down. They'll move the chains. He almost had a bit more, but got tripped up there. If he had gotten past that guy, he may have gone a little bit farther.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
1st and 10. Nice looking drive so far from the Dragons.
Mixing up pass and run, too, which is a little bit of a surprise.
Luke's in motion. He gets the carry. Garrett is trying to get out there in front. We got a flag on the play, and Luke's is pounded to the ground, the sideline on the far side of the field. Probably going to get a hold there in the backfield. We saw the flags come in quickly.
Typically against the offense in that situation. Waiting for the white hat. Holding
in the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and that's going to be costly. And we talked about this. Penalties, especially when you have a team that's hard to put points on the board, you can't afford to keep going back.
So from the 28-yard line back to the 40 almost.
Spotted just about the 41, it looks like. That'll bring up 1st and 22.
1st and 20 on the board. I don't know if that play was nullified in just 10 yards.
Landers puts Bays in motion. Bays gets the handoff. Defenders on him. He gets to the sideline and upfield, but not enough to even get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Dragons. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line.
It's a 9-yard gain for Bays.
Not bad.
So got some of the yards back.
It'll be 2nd and 13. Landers operating out of the no huddle. Sets his offense. 2-back set. Motion man is Lukes. And he's going to go in a pass. Puts the ball up and overshoots Bile quite a bit. He's way high, and that's an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 3rd down. Landers, pretty good form, but this was a problem we saw against Providence. I know you weren't there for that game, but Landers, when he's off, he's high.
Is he?
And I don't know what that tells you, but it's...
Yeah, throws a strong ball, that's for sure. Might be a little bit of the pressure coming on defense, but big play here, 3rd and 12. They're in 4-down territory, though, for sure.
No score here in the first quarter. Russell, the man in motion. Everybody out of the pocket. Garrett with a amazing catch and a touchdown.
What a catch.
And I'm afraid I didn't get the camera around fast enough to catch that. He tipped it.
To himself.
Gathered it up, and the defender tripped. Garrett went alone in for the touchdown. Long pass, 32 yards to Garrett for the touchdown. Or 33-yard pass, sorry.
What a strategy. Coming out throwing the ball here. We thought this was going to be a running game, right? And that very first play of the game really turned the tide there for the Dragons.
Lining up to kick the extra point is Daniel Barrett. Snap and the hold are good, and the kick is up, and it appears to be good as well. And just like that, Silver Creek draws first blood here tonight. 7-0, the Dragons take an early lead. What about that?
Really a surprise to me. I mean, great strategy as far as I'm concerned for Coach Jablow to come out throwing the ball, which is not something that you expect from his running team. But guess who he threw it to? He threw it to Garrett, who's their leading rusher, too. So pretty good strategy by the Dragons.
First strike, Silver Creek. Now their chance to go put their defense on the field, find out what their defense can do. Normally you'd think Bile would be the target. He's the 6'4" receiver out there. But Garrett's no small thing. He's a big guy. He's also tall.
What a catch he made. He did. He tipped the ball with one hand to himself.
Well, that's
fought off the defender. Great catch.
Basketball skills. Garrett and Bile, both key players on that Silver Creek basketball team that we'll be covering quite a bit this coming season. Yep, basketball already in the wind here in Indiana. Well, it's fall in Indiana. What else?
Yeah.
Basketball not far away. But Garrett and Bile, key members of that varsity squad this year, and Silver Creek always has a pretty good ball club.
So we'll see what Brownstown can come up with here. Again, a strong defensive game. We thought it'd be low scoring, but already in 2.5 minutes in the game, we got a touchdown.
Barrett kicks it down to the 10-yard line. And a nice tackle there. Beautiful looking stop on the kickoff team. Jersey number 51.
Not in the roster.
Roster, not there, but unless that's a 57. But
I can't tell the numbers.
No, it is 51. He's the middle linebacker. How is that even possible?
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Okay. 1st and 10. Creek on defense. Brownstown is our first look at them offensively. A lot of movement up there in their offense. And Hogan is in trouble, and he's taken down for a huge loss.
They were going to pass. Good fakes in the backfield. Took too much time, though. Good pressure by Silver Creek. Threw him big loss on the play. That's we're going to see where they mark it. It looks like back to the
inside the 20 for sure. It looks to be about the 18, maybe the 17-yard line.
That's a 12-yard loss by Landers. Or excuse me, not Landers. We're on the other side. Hogan.
Hogan keeps it, goes up the middle, finds a seam, And he's taken down right about the 26-yard line. Nice little pickup. And see how that motion offense of Brownstown, well executed, can be very confusing for a defender.
Well, and again, preparation is key here. Having a week to prepare. Not too often do you see single wing.
No. Last time I saw that was Evansville Wrights.
So that's a 9-yard gain that
and
time.
I was a junior in high school then.
Oh, yeah, Wrights in the single wing. They were good, too.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Evansville.
Bad memories, man. Hogan keeps the ball. He's going to pass. If he can get it off, he has the pass up and a receiver wide open. And a completed pass. It's a first down. Ball out to the 45-yard line. The Creek defense almost got to him, but he broke free and looked downfield and found Carl Pence open for the reception and moves the chains. Ball out to the 45, or 44 rather. 1st and 10, Brownstown.
I'm going to spot the ball on the, 44-yard line. It makes an 18-yard pass play. Carl Pence.
Moving team players around. Here it comes, sweep to the left side. Nice pursuit by the Dragons, but they don't pull him down, and he runs out of bounds, and that's what you don't want to do is swing him around like that.
Colton Ritz, nice run.
Peyton Meyer on the defense for the Dragons, and what you don't grab is up high and then try to throw him out of bounds because these kids are strong. He'll run away from you.
10-yard gain.
Just short of a first down. They're going to spot him and make it a second and a short one. Second and about a foot. Silver Creek stacking the deck there.
Hogan saw something that time. Took the ball himself right up the middle. No fakes in the backfield.
That was actually Matthew Bell, number 5 on the carry.
Excuse me. And a little bit of a wildcat, huh?
Yeah, they're moving people around. Bell is taking the snap the last 2 plays.
38.
And as a matter of fact, he's lined up in the quarterback slot right now. Hogan is the tailback. Terminology not quite accurate for a single wing, but it's been a while. Either man can take the snap. Hogan gets the snap, hands off, sweep to the right side, and they have some openings. He picks up about 7 or 8 yards. Caleb Bollinger. Nice carry for number 2.
Give him about 7 yards on that carry.
Ball on the 33-yard line. It'll bring up second and a long 3. Seven nothing. The early score here. Silver Creek scores through the air. Short snap taken by Bell. We've got a whistle flag on the play.
They blew that dead actually before the play started, so offsides against Silver Creek.
Say the Dragons were offsides. That'll march off 5 and give the Braves a first down. Ball on the 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
Two penalties already against the Dragons. Those are the kind of things that you don't want to see in a game as competitive as this one tends to be.
One on offense, one on defense. Hogan keeps the ball, goes up to center, and it'll be pulled down after a gain of about 2-3 yards. Might make it 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Very deceptive offense. Brownstown very well executed.
Hard to defend, too. I mean, again, a lot of moving parts in the backfield. Coach May, exactly right. Deception is the key to the single wing.
Seeing it run so well, you wonder why this isn't run at a higher level anymore. Snap goes to Hogan. He's going to pass, puts the ball up downfield, has a man open, and it's incomplete. And now they say it's a late hit on Luke's. And that was a late flag. It didn't seem to be a penalty to me. It was just a good solid hit in case he caught the ball. But we live in an age where everybody's a little patty cake these days, so you got to be careful.
And you can't go to the office. Personal foul.
say that he aimed for his head. I don't think that was accurate at all, but I'm not the ref. So
Another penalty against the Dragons. That's a big one too, is it not?
Yeah.
Any of those safety type of penalties certainly carry big yardage. Break for the Braves.
That'll put them down to the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. And that keeps the drive alive. They would have had a big 3rd down play coming up, but not now. Hogan and Bell back there. Either one can get the snap. It goes to Bell, and he goes straight ahead, and there's just nothing there. Silver Creek selling out the middle on that play, and they it paid off.
Going to give him 1 yard on the play. Bell on the carry.
2nd and 9, ball on the 11.
Four down territory, no doubt. Just 2nd down.
You notice that Bell and Hogan line up as if they can get the snap. Hogan keeps it, sweep to the left side. Great pursuit. We have a flag on the play, most likely holding.
Block in the back, holding something against the defense.
This one may come back. Good pursuit by the Dragon defense.
Strung it out nicely.
And this one's going to go back.
Block in the back is the call.
10-yard penalty. We'll put the ball back at about the 18-yard line. Or 17-yard line, rather. That'll bring up 2nd and about 15. Teams are set. Motion. Hogan keeps it going straight ahead. Drug down. He may have gained a yard, not much more. Garrett on the stop for the Dragons. A lot of kids go both ways. For Silver Creek, Garrett one of those.
Ball on the 15-yard line. That is a 2-yard gain.
3rd and 13.
Defense showing up a little bit here now. A lot of offense, though, so far in this first quarter, especially from the passing game.
That's fun to watch, I'll say that. They split men out now wide. Pence goes out wide to the right. Man in motion. Hogan keeps it himself. Delay run up the center, and not much there as the Dragons shut it down. He'll be down about the 12-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And it looks like they brought out a kicker.
Yeah, since they're looking at 4th and 11, if you got any kind of leg at all, probably a better chance to get points on the board.
Ethan Savakis, the kicker, will line up for the field goal. Ball spotted at the 12. That means this will be a 29-yard field goal. More than likely. Snap and the hold are okay. Kick is up. And it's no good. The kick is short. And so the Silver Creek defense bends but doesn't break, and they're going to take over with the ball on the 12-yard line. Or will they spot this at the 20 because of the field goal? That's right.
Yeah, I think so. That's where they're putting the ball, on the 20-yard line, indeed.
Well, Silver Creek defense shows what it's made of. That drive there by Brownstown took quite a bit of time and went most of the field, but in the end, they got nothing to show for it.
Both teams, though, moving the ball. I mean, I predicted to play the game between the 40-yard lines. Not so.
Landers under center. Russell and Garrett in the backfield. Luke's in the motion, and Luke gets the ball. Jet sweep to the right, and he goes out of bounds. That actually was Jacob Graff, not Luke's. I tell you, folks, reading these numbers, you need a professional spotter to make out the numbers on the Silver Creek Dragons.
You have to know body size and shape.
Yeah, I mean, I guess these are fashionable, but they're not functional from our perspective.
Quit complaining, Mike.
What? I'm not complaining. Single back set. Luke's in motion, takes the handoff. He goes to the left side. Can he get the end? He's got the corner and the first down, and finally goes out of bounds. Taken down close to the 45 or the 35, make it the 36-yard line.
Makes a 14-yard gain.
And a timeout taken by Brownstown. Coach May wants to talk it over with his team. We'll stay with the action here as we have 3:01 to go in the first quarter. Interesting game so far, Paul.
Really, I mean, it's not what you predicted, not what past experience would suggest, certainly, but I'm impressed, especially with Silver Creek so far, with the, just opening the game with the long, deep pass. And you talked about field position being important. That put them in great field position to start with. So, got them on the board with 7 points, and then Brownstown moved the ball fairly well as well.
Interesting matchup here tonight between the Braves and the Dragons. The Braves have been the dominant team in the Mid-Southern Conference for years, going back 15, 20 years.
What was the worst season you think since May has been here?
I think 9-4 was the worst season.
I mean, you can hang your hat on that one. He's been here 25th year. They got something going here in Brownstown in football.
Yeah, that's. I think many coaches would. They'd be very happy if their worst season was 9-4, or their best season was 9-4.
Really, Silver Creek ball on their own 36-yard line.
Referee having some conversation with one of the players. I'm not sure what this is about.
Great night for high school football.
Little.
Silver Creek brought a nice little entourage of orange and blue shirts on the other side of the field.
They traveled well. Landers under center. He's going to put up a pass. Throws it up for Bile. Can he get under it? He does. He makes the catch.
Out of bounds.
They say he's out of bounds. The pass is incomplete.
That's too bad.
And it was a nice play.
Beautifully thrown ball. Landers laid it up there nicely. Bile caught it. Out of bounds. Too bad.
Outran the defender.
I think Coach said he wanted to try to get the ball to Bile a little bit more. Yeah. He's he's 7 catches this year, but they played 7 games, so he's only had 1 catch a game. So
he's not exactly going to challenge
it's
Jerry Moss or Jerry Rice here.
No, but the running game is where it's at for those guys.
Man in motion. Second man through is Russell. And he stopped. No gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Straight handoff up the middle. Good defense there. Good middle of the line defense by the Braves.
When you have a delayed runner like that after motion, that means you've got good defensive linemen that are playing their position. We got a flag here. Most likely against the offense.
Notice that play, that swing pass to the back, out of the backfield. Garrett again.
No, this is against the Braves. They're offsides. Five-yard penalty brings up 3rd and 5. Now Silver Creek has another look at a 3rd down play. This time not quite as far. Bile back in the ball game. He'll split out to the far side. Landers will go under center. Russell and Garrett behind him. Luke's in motion. And we get a timeout taken by Silver Creek. Coach wanted to see what they would do, perhaps. Well, he found out.
There's a little confusion out there, I think, on the Silver Creek side of the ball.
Well, while they talk it over, we'll talk it over as well. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back right after this on glycod.com. Stay with us.
Mayhem is everywhere. I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
In Jeffersonville, call Allstate agent Brian Wright today.
Quarter.
Back here, the action. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Score 7-0. Silver Creek on top of Brownstown, and good ball game so far.
Absolutely. Defense is not as strong yet as what we think, but they're going to make their adjustments in this thing. Silver Creek having to deal with the single wing offense of Brownstown. But right now it's Silver Creek on their own 41-yard line.
Big 3rd and 5 play here. Hand off to Lukes. He comes to the right side. And he'll get enough for the first down. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 47, and he needed to be to the 46, so that is a first down. Good pursuit by the Braves, but when you get Jacob Garrett out there leading your way, that's I don't envy the defender that has to take him on.
6'1", 236, I think we said.
Yeah, and
Big
strong
boy.
as an ox. 1st and 10, ball at the 47. Man in motion. Bays gets the carry, goes to the left side. Good defense. They strung him out.
Nothing there.
Boy, they could have been in the huddle on that play. They read that one from the start. Goes out of bounds, and the clock will stop at 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Slow, as you said, slow pace.
Yeah, it really is. And lost about 4 yards on that play. So that's twice now that Bays has tried to do the sweep around the end and lost 4 yards both times. Second and 13, if you will.
Landers starts it up. Defense shifts. Delayed handoff to Garrett. He can't get going. He's kind of galloping there and stopped by defenders up front. Gets up a little gingerly, like he's favoring an ankle. A little bit of a tweak there. He's going to walk it off.
That's the first time they've handed the ball to Garrett for a run. They've thrown a ball to him on swing passes a couple times. And no gain on the carry.
Heath Knight checks into the ball game. Garrett checks out. Going to get that ankle looked at, maybe taped up, but he's helmet's off and he's sitting on the bench at the moment. Motion to Lukes to the right side, and he's caught in a web of trouble. That'll bring up 4th down and about 12, 13, and this offensive series not turning out the way they'd hoped.
No, I tell you, the runaround end, Brownstown has been really stringing that out, and no room out there to make any yardage. I think Lukes did have one sweep where he gained about 6 yards, but boy, this series certainly, Brownstown shutting it down.
Deep for the Braves, Bollinger. Barrett to kick. Kick is up and away. Bollinger's got it. He called for a fair catch, so the Braves will take over at about their 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Brownstown.
17 and a half seconds left in the first quarter. It's been very slow moving. Few penalties and more passing than we expected. And pretty good defense now starting to settle in as far as a defensive game is concerned.
Not a big surprise with that either.
No. Brownstown, Hogan, first series, carried the ball himself 6 times, so he is definitely the workhorse. There he goes again.
Hogan with the carry, right side, gets to the corner, and he gets a first down and a few more. Ball out to the 40-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 with 9.6 to go. Will they get another playoff before the quarter expires? We don't know. Ball is spotted, and I suspect that they're just going to let this run out. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, Silver Creek 7, Brownstown Central nothing. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this on Glycod.com. Stay with us, folks.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and recare appointments, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleanings to complex procedures. Call Annette or Joyce today at 812-944-5155 and see why 5 generations of patients still return to Carter Family Dentistry, located on Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
Back to the field, Mike Beck, Paul Love here. Second quarter just underway, or to get underway. Silver Creek 7, Brownstown nothing. Bell with the short snap, and he went straight ahead to nothingness. I don't think he got anything at all, maybe a yard. Now they spot him, no gain. Good defensive play there by the Dragons.
That first quarter, Brownstown, 7 carries by Hogan, 4 by everybody else. So he's 7 out of 11. We thought he was going to be the workhorse, and certainly so far so good.
2nd and 10. Hogan hands it off, and again, all that work and not much to show for it as
Ritz on the carry.
Colton Ritz just couldn't get anywhere where there wasn't a white shirt. Good defense by the Dragons. Perfect football night.
Yeah, I've been looking for that defense, and I think we're starting to find it. Neither team able to run the ball wide against the other or up the middle. Could be a passing game.
Silver Creek had a little bit of success on a couple of plays, but really nothing in the last series that was dramatic. Same for Brownstown, their second offensive series here. 3rd and 10, and we've got a penalty.
Motion against Brownstown.
And that'll push them back 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 15. Been a fun season. I move on to wrap up our regular season coverage in Indiana next week as we move up to Linton, Stockton, as we follow the Providence Pioneers up there to the defending state champs in Single A. Should be a good ball game next week, but right now we got a good one as well. Bollinger with the pass. He's broken 3 tackles. Finally brought down, but not before he picked up the first down. He needed 15. He got 15 and a half. 1st and 10. Little shovel pass there, and
still counts as a forward pass.
That prolific passing offense of those Braves.
14 yards on the pass play.
Bell and Hogan line up in the backfield. Hogan gets the snap, gives it to Ritz, and pushes forward. He picks up about 3 yards after he's hit the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down.
Pushed the pile a little bit, got about 4 yards on the play.
Nice run by Ritz. You got a player coming on. Nope, it's just splitting out wide here. That's Pence to the near side.
Those handoffs are so quick in the backfield.
Very well executed.
In the single wing, yeah.
Ritz in motion. Hogan going to pass, and he's taken down, sacked. And that is Braden Thomas, a defensive lineman who poked through there and got him by the legs. Hogan goes down, a loss of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 15.
Actually, loss of 9 on that play, Mike.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He had
came from the 45.
You're absolutely
back
right.
To the 45. So actually, a 10-yard loss. Back in their own territory now.
Big third down play. Hogan drops back to pass, sets up the screen play to Pence, and it's incomplete. Pence can't hold on to a nice hit by Lukes. And Pence took a shot.
Under pressure. He's down. Is that him down on the field?
Yeah, he's getting up and coming off a little bit gingerly. Luke's brought the pressure, and we've got a player down on the field for Brownstown, a lineman.
Number 61.
He is down, and he's taking his helmet off. That's not a good sign.
Lane Lucas.
Lucas injured, and they're quickly out to him. As they attend to him, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be back right after this, and hopefully Mr. Lucas is going to be okay. We'll find out when we return right here on glycod.com. Stay with us.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
Luke's still down on the field. As we return to the action here, Paul Love, Mike back in the booth. Silver Creek at Brownstown. Brownstown Central with the ball, but Luke's injury has stopped the play for a moment. And do not know what the injury is, but let's talk about what we know.
Yeah, Brownstown facing a 4th and at least 15. Having been sacked on that last play, Hogan was. Good defense again by Silver Creek. So we're starting to see more of the defense that we thought we were going to see to begin the ball game. I hope this injury is not a serious one, though. He's not moving much.
No, and they're not really doing much to him at this point. I think there may be a break because they're bringing out equipment with a splint, I suspect, to stabilize the leg, whether it's a break or a knee. We simply don't know, and we don't want to speculate too much. That's not fair to anyone.
Just hope he's okay. Like you say, though, I mean, we look out here, beautiful facility, natural grass. They tell us that there's going to be artificial turf put down next year, but this green grass is awfully green for the 6th of October.
Yeah, usually.
Especially with no rain the last, 20 days or something like that?
Yeah. Usually at this point of the season, all grass fields look like mud fields.
Well, in the middle where, around the 50-yard line where most of the play takes place, it usually shows wear, but no wear and tear here.
Yeah, we suspect that Mr. Lucas is going to have to come off the field on an ambulance. I don't see one here. Many times they have one at the stadium. I don't know if that's a rule or not. You might know that better than I.
Well, they have to have some kind of facility. I have to have somebody on staff. Usually there's a doctor or a medical person at every game, every home game. As you look at the first quarter and a half, not quite quarter and a half, Hogan, again, carrying the ball 9 times. And he's been sacked a couple times, so the Silver Creek defense has done their thing as well. But other than him, Ritz had a nice carry of about 10 yards. Bell had one for 11 yards on the Brownstown side. And I'm looking over now to the Silver Creek side of the ledger, and really not much going on there except for that nice pass to Garrett in the first quarter, 33-yard touchdown pass on a swing pass out of the backfield. But other than that, Lukes has carried the ball 4 times, had one gain of 14. But other than that, a lot of low numbers as far as yards gained, and that's what you expect in a defensive struggle.
Yeah. Air cast or an air splint put on the leg of Lucas, and referee sent both teams to the sidelines. They are off the field. A cart is being brought out now to get him.
Yeah. Well, thoughts and prayers with the young man. Hope he's okay.
And I'm sure they'll send him over to Shrink Hospital in Seymour to be checked out, and we wish him the best. I know this is a difficult thing. I experienced this very thing when I played my last game as a senior. Not a leg, but an arm.
He's sitting up now, so,
They're going to lift him up and set him in the cart. That's the left leg. And
not what you want to remember from your, what year is this guy in? He's a junior, just a junior. So he's got another year to play. And not saying that this is going to be it for this year, but when you have to go off in a cart, it must be something pretty serious.
Yeah, this is not a good thing. And we do wish him well. And classy move by fans on both sides as they applaud him. Some of his teammates run over to...
Meanwhile, a punting situation, it seems like, Brownstown, surely, from their own 45-yard line. They're going to have to put it away. Got 8 minutes and 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Back to the action we go.
Brownstown, one of the classiest places to play. They're very respectful of visiting teams, and they love their players here.
They love their program. It's been a winner.
Lucas, not only football, but basketball as well. They've been successful in both sports, year in and year out. Big fourth down play, no punt team, so they're going to go for it. Hogan is a punt, and it'll be downed at the 15-yard line.
It's a little different twist. Hogan, being a punter himself, fakes a handoff, wheels around, and does a rugby-type kick down the field. Nice field position down to the 15-yard line.
May not have been a surprise to the fans, but I hadn't seen him do that yet.
No, not at all. So Silver Creek, ball on their own 15-yard line. 8:32 left in the quarter.
The field position game.
And defense starting to pick up here a little bit on both sides. Luke's been the primarily ball carrier. He and Bays in the first quarter.
Graff in motion, but the pitch goes to Garrett. He goes out of bounds. Not much there. He'll go out at about the 14-yard line. I don't know if he gained anything or not.
Zero gain.
That's nothing there.
He has not carried the ball much or well. Just 2 carries. I have him in the game. Couple passes, but looking for him to carry the ball a little bit more.
It doesn't seem as if this run to the end and then try to get around the corner offense is very effective. Brownstown well coached and very disciplined. Lukes gets to the right side. He finds a seam and a first down. And he's taking it out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. It'll be a first down. Nice run by Lukes.
Give him 18 yards on the carry. What were you saying about the run around the end?
Didn't seem to be working until that play.
It did then.
Luke's, he found something.
Got the ball all the way out to the 33-yard line. Plenty of time left in the quarter for a sustained drive by the Dragons.
Pass. Going to throw it up and way out in front of Bile. Can't even get there. Like one moment it looks beautiful, the next moment it looks sloppy.
Pretty ball, just about 5 yards over his head.
Yeah. Timing was off that time.
I like the thought, though. I really do. I think you're mixing up that pass and run games. But if you ever get Garrett going here and the run offense, maybe Brownstown's got something to do with that.
2nd and 10. Graff comes to the left side. Nothing doing there. He may lose a couple. Down at the 31-yard line. Pursuit on the near side for Brownstown seems to be a little stronger than pursuit to the far side. So their right side defense doing a little bit better job on contain. And that's not to say their left side's doing a bad job.
Right.
I don't mean it that way, but
strung that one out nicely. Loss of 2 yards on the play. 3rd and 11. Passing situation, you'd think again.
Garrett, Russell in the backfield. Garrett's going to throw it up, and he just throws it way over the head of Bile, and it's an incomplete pass.
Using Garrett all kinds of ways here tonight.
Garrett could have made that pass. He had the receiver open, but it's not like he threw it to him. He just threw it out there.
It was a typical game where you're looking for little wrinkles that can, be to your advantage, but neither of those wrinkles have worked for the Dragons so far. But they are ahead 7-0. So
not a well executed thought there, but I get what they were trying to do. Barrett into kick. Deep is Bollinger. Snap is good. Kick is up and away.
Off the side of his foot.
And not a great kick, so field position game.
46-yard line.
Being won by the Braves. Ball spotted at the 46. They'll have a 1st and 10. And basically half a field to work with. 7:18 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 the score early from Silver Creek. That's been all it's been. Defense is finding a way to stop each other.
Very first offensive series. Garrett on that 33-yard swing pass for a touchdown. That's all of the scoring so far.
And it was an acrobatic catch to make that happen. Hogan throws it out to the near side, has a receiver.
Gain about 4 yards.
Yeah.
Is that 33 on the catch?
It was number 1.
Oh, it was number 1. I'm sorry.
Clayton Barger. Luke's on the defense. He's one of those players for Silver Creek that goes both ways. Beauty of a ball game here tonight. Ball just short of midfield. Hogan. Nope, it's to Bell. Fooled me. I tell you, these kids sell that offense, and that's the key to the single wing.
That is the single wing. Give him about 2 yards on the play.
3rd and 4.
Big play. 6.5 minutes in the second quarter. 3rd and 5.
A lot of shifting. Hogan keeps it himself, spins, and he'll be thrown down short of the first down. They'll bring up a 4th down play. That'll be 4th and about 2. Ball at the 47-yard line. Interesting call here. What do you do, Coach?
You're in the middle of the field. Normally it'd be a punting situation. Let's see if Hogan does the quick kick again like he did the last time.
Nobody deep if they do choose to do that. Hogan, he's going to go for it, running to the right, being chased, and he'll have the first down. He went down and was planted, but not before he picked up the first down. All the way down to the 40-yard line. Offensive series continues for the Braves.
And they needed that drive. I was surprised that position of the field position. Must have had something in their mind. Good sweep that time by the veteran quarterback.
Snap. Hogan's going to put it up. Has a receiver. Bollinger makes the catch and goes out of bounds. Knocked out by Lukes. An offense that doesn't throw much. Connects through the air.
And marking the ball at where? The 30 or 27-yard line. So 13-yard pass play.
First and 10, second quarter. Hogan goes nowhere that time. Defense sniffed it out. Tackled by Zach Nolan after a gain of about 1. It'll bring 2nd and 9.
Just not much running room up the middle. That's what good defenses do.
So these rare passes that seem to be getting the yards and an occasional breakthrough around the corner. 2nd and 9, Hogan and Bell. Ritz, Hogan spins. He keeps it, and he breaks free. He's going to go in untouched for the touchdown, or nearly untouched. He's quick. He's a scamper. And he scampered all the way to the end zone from the 26-yard line. Nice run by Hogan. Takes the snap, spins completely around. So you're not sure, did he hand off? Is he dancing? What's he doing back there?
There's some good blocking up front. You can tell that. I mean, somebody might have got a hand on him, but that was about it. Nice quick scamper by the senior quarterback.
Extra point attempt upcoming. And a timeout taken by the Braves. Their second. They have one remaining. Well, they talk it over. Well, I guess we'll have to do the same thing.
26 yards on the play. He has been the workhorse as we thought he might be.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right. Well, now they're rushing right back out there, so I couldn't even get all my things set up.
12th carry for Hogan.
Do they have any idea how hard this is? I don't think so.
I'm glad you have to do all the controls. That's what I'm glad.
Oh, my goodness. I would have never gotten back from break. All right, the extra point attempt here, 4:23 to go. Set, snap, kick, and it's good. Tie ball game. 7-7. At the 4:23 mark here of the second quarter, Brownstown breaks through.
Two touchdowns scored, one by each team. Makes it a good, tight ball game, just like we thought it might be, Mike.
It is. Well, the Braves will kick off, as they did to open the game. 4:23, Silver Creek's got some time here. If they can get a drive going, it's possible they can march down the field and get some more points. But the way things have been going, it's hard to move that far on this defense.
7-7.
Savakis to kick. Here's the approach, and the kick is up and away. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll come out at the 35-yard line?
I'm guessing that. Definitely better field position than it would have been if he'd have picked the ball up.
Lukes was over on that far side and thought about it for a second, then decided to let it go. Turned out to be a good choice.
35-yard line, you're right.
1st and 10.
See what Josh Landers can come up with here, quarterback. Main ball carrier so far has been Lukes.
Getting some scores from other games now. Columbus East leads Jeff in the first quarter 28-0. We saw Columbus East. That doesn't surprise me a bit.
Nope.
Man in motion is Graff. Takes the handoff. Cuts up quickly. Picks up about a yard, maybe two. That'll be 2nd and 8. New Albany leads Seymour 14-7 near the end of the first quarter. Corydon 14, Clarksville 8 at the end of one. That's a good ball game. No score at the end of one, Providence and Milan. Floyd Central leads Jennings County 13-0 at the end of one. Man in motion is Lukes. Man with the ball is Lukes. Circles around deep. Big mistake that time.
We'll lose a couple.
And he's going to go back and bring up 3rd and long. Salem leads Charlestown with 8:49 to go in the first quarter, 8-0. So scores from across the region tonight. Right here, we get a tie ball game. Low-scoring contest, not a big surprise. 7-all.
Loss of 4 yards by Lukes that time.
3rd and 13. Ball at the 33-yard line.
They've been using the swing pass out to Garrett in this situation.
And we got a timeout taken. Coach Dablow not happy with something he's seen. They'll take a timeout. I can tell you for sure we'll take a timeout this time. I think I can get it done.
We'll be back.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Stay with us.
Glycod.com is the premier online source for the most in-depth coverage of high school sports. From the best in play-by-play events to real-time score updates and a gallery of the area's top performers, Glycod.com is a must-click for more on your favorite team. Browse and watch video, audio, live, and archived. That's Glycod.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, too, at Glycod.
Back of the action here, Mike Beck, Paul Love at Brownstown Central High School, Brownstown, Indiana. The Silver Creek Dragons come in here with a 6-1 record facing the 6-1 Braves. And we got a 7-7 ball game here in the second quarter. So these two teams pretty evenly matched on the record and on the scoreboard. Big 3rd and 13 here. Pass play down the sideline and in and out of the hands of Lukes. Could have maybe made the catch, but wasn't able to pull it in.
That's a well-thrown ball. It was right there. Now we're going to have to punt. Now Brownstown's got time. 2:57 left.
Just under 3 minutes to work with. Silver Creek really needs to get off a good punt here. If there's been one thing that they've not done well, it's worked the field position game. One of the things that we talked about.
Yeah, other than that first pass on their first possession when they got the good position. Since then, it's not been the case. Been more in the middle of the field.
Barrett with the snap. The kick is up.
Oh, nice kick. Wow.
Bollinger
wow.
Can't get to it.
Look at that. Going down.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Ball will be down at the 7-yard line. That is a huge punt.
That's a 60-yard punt. Wow.
Bollinger just stood there and watched it go over his
Perfect
head.
spiral. I mean, he hit it
like,
just right.
Ain't no way I'm getting to that one, Coach. We're going to let that one go.
You talk about field position.
That was a big switch of the field position and may save Silver Creek if they can pull up some defensive stops here.
I venture to say that's the best punt he's ever made in his life. 60 yards, are you kidding me?
That was pretty nice. I won't lie. Hogan hands to Ritz. Ritz goes left side. One man to beat, gets around him, and now gets out of bounds and stop the clock. Out near the 14-yard line. See where they spot it, but not a bad run there for Ritz. And it is at the 14. It'll be a 2nd and 4. Nice run.
7-yard one.
But stops the clock because he gets out of bounds.
They're going to have to go into their trick bag here to get the ball another 86 yards.
Yeah. Hand off to Bell. Bell goes up the middle. He keeps fighting. Still running. And finally drugged down.
34-yard line. 20 yards on the play. Tough yards.
Matthew Bell showing what he's made of, and the fans really appreciate that run. Ball out the 34, 1st and 10. He just didn't quit, kept those legs moving, and they couldn't bring him down. Hogan with the ball. He's pulled down. Jacob Garrett, what strength. Had him by the shirt and just jerked him down from behind. Garrett with the stop. Picked up about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Tie ball game. And here we go. Ritz in motion. He gets the handoff right side, or left side. He's got some blockers. And he's finally brought down out near midfield. That was a touchdown saving tackle by our mystery man, number 51. who is not on our roster.
And that was Ritz, Mike?
That was Ritz on the carry.
19 yards.
Out to the 47-yard line of Silver Creek. Minute 36 to go. Now it doesn't seem impossible. Hogan, little shuttle pass to Bollinger. This time nothing like that one earlier. He'll get across the 45 to the 44, picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. And their hurry up here. The clock now playing against them. Line set. Hogan hands off to Bollinger, right side. Here's a sweep. And
good balance. Got a few extra yards.
Hit by the linebacker, but could not make the stop. And we simply don't know who number 51 is on the roster. I wish I could. I'd love to tell you his name. Under a minute to go, 3rd and 3. Ritz, but no, it's Bollinger, right side. Finds a seam, and he's taken down inside the 20-yard line to the 19. Nice run by Bollinger. He looked like a slippery eel going through there. Clock stops with the chains movement.
Another 20-yard gain, so they're eating up some yardage now. Probably got a timeout or two in their pocket.
Both teams with one timeout remaining here in the half.
One thing they might be looking for is they get about 5 or 10 more yards. Could be a field goal attempt.
Start the clock here. Hogan gives it to Ritz. Ritz to the left side. Got a blocker out in front. Now he's looking for a seam. Can't get through there. And Ritz is in the end zone for a touchdown. A 19-yard carry for Ritz. Great downfield blocking. Clayton Barger was out in front leading the way.
Well, he read his blocking nicely. I mean, really patient run into the end zone. That's 2 runs of 19 yards in a row by Ritz, their senior running back.
Savakis lines up for the extra point. Snap and the kick is good. And with just 20 seconds left to go in the half, Brownstown takes a lead. 14-7.
That was a nice drive by Brownstown that time. Runs of 20, 19, 19, 26. Eating up some yards. What did we say they started that drive on the 7-yard line? So they 93 yards.
And that is the definition of a quick drive. Now, will Silver Creek be content just to take a knee here? Because Brownstown gets the ball back to start the second half. Savakis lines up for the kick. And it's a deep one. Bays with the return. And he'll get back to the 20-yard line, maybe the 21, and that's where Silver Creek will start with 16.4 seconds to go in the half. Be an interesting call here. Does Coach Dablow run a play?
No, I think they just take a knee. They'll go into halftime happy with 7-point deficit.
Interesting to see what Coach Dablow does here. Or do they take a shot down the sideline, maybe catch Bile on a streak? Landers under center. It looks as if they're going to run a play. Man in motion is Lukes. Russell with the handoff. And he'll pick up the first down. .4 seconds to go. Silver Creek does have one timeout if they choose to use it. Ball at the 31-yard line. That'll make it the 32, and that will be it. They're going to let time run out now. At the end of the first half, it's Brownstown 14, Silver Creek 7. We got a good ball game here, folks. We'll take a break and we'll be back right after this on glycod.com. Stay with us. More good stuff to come.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
The W.M. Kelly Company, complete metal manufacturing located in New Albany. They are always looking for experienced welders and machine operators. If you're interested in becoming part of their team, contact W.M. Kelly's Human Resources Office at 812-945-3529 or send an email to info@wmkelly.com. W.M. Kelly, designing, building, innovating.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com. Kentuckiana Insurance Center in Sellersburg protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. They're a full-service independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing superior service and the best coverage possible. A Pacesetter agency for 28 years, Kentuckiana Insurance Center was awarded Motorist Coveted Pacesetter designation, the top recognition the company awards agents. Choose a Motorist Pacesetter agent to get the protection and security you need. Motorist Insurance, you know us. Call Earl of Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700.
The best things in life are free, and that includes free checking from Centro. When we say free, we mean it. This seriously free checking has all the online and mobile banking features you want. Plus, no minimum balance, no monthly maintenance fees, and no required transactions. Get seriously free checking and bank with a seriously local business. Check it out at Centro.org. Centro Credit Union, centered around you. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
We expect it to be a good one. It's turned out to be a great one so far. Brownstown 14, Silver Creek 7 at the half. Mike Beck, Paul Love. And Paul, I'll throw it to you as you kind of as a run-through of what you got as far as scoring.
Not much surprise, except the fact that for Silver Creek, we'll talk about them first. Garrett only carried the ball 2 times in that first half, didn't gain any yards at all on the ground. For the first half, Silver Creek carried the ball 16 times, gained only 54 yards, led by Isis. We have a hard Isis. Okay, Luke's. Carried the ball 6 times, gained 40 of those 54 yards. Passing was the way they scored their touchdown. That pass was to Garrett on a 33-yard swing pass. 3 for 8 was Josh Landers for 82 yards. So for the half, I have Silver Creek with a total of 24 plays from scrimmage and 136 yards, which is what you might expect by a good defensive team over on the other side. Brownstown, on the other hand, they had 28 carries, 168 yards, especially there in that second quarter when they got things rolling. Hogan, for the first half, carried the ball 13 times, gained 50 yards. Ritz, 6 carries, 49 yards. Bollinger, 3 and 30. And Bell, 6 and 39. for the 28 carries, 168 yards. They were 4 of 7 passing from Hogan, total of 49 yards. Pence had a catch of 18, Ritz 14, Ballinger 13, and Barger 4. So 49 yards in the air, 168 on the ground. That's 217 yards total offense.
And we're here, and you would expect this is either, I don't think it's senior night. I think it's a
tribute to Cancer Night. Everybody wearing the pink, and that's what the signs around indicate.
I think it may be homecoming tonight as well.
Oh, is it? Well, yeah, they have some queens.
Kings and queens or candidates.
Sorry
coming out
about that.
field.
Didn't mean to correct you. That's not a cancer queen, I don't think.
I hope not.
Yeah, really.
That'd be unusual. But
very.
We'll go ahead and take another break. When we come back, we'll look at some scores, some other games if we get that sent to us, or who knows? We'll look at scoring, although there wasn't much of it in the first half. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this.
The best things in life are free, and that includes free checking from Centro. When we say free, we mean it. This seriously free checking has all the online and mobile banking features you want. Plus, no minimum balance, no monthly maintenance fees, and no required transactions. Get seriously free checking and bank with a seriously local business. Check it out at Centra.org. Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Mayhem is everywhere. I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
In Floyd Knobs, call Allstate agent Packy Page today.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
And we're back here at the field. Halftime festivities underway at Brownstown Central. Homecoming night tonight. King and Queen candidates lining up on the side of the field. And let's go over the scoring, Paul. Not a lot of scoring in the first half.
I told you my pencil was going to be slow on that respect. I would point out that Silver Creek had 3 early penalties. That hurt them a little bit as far as field position is concerned. Brownstown penalized twice itself, so no turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles, fewer penalties, so well-played game. Scoring, we started out there with Silver Creek in that first quarter with just 9:30 left in the first quarter. Garrett on the swing pass for 33 yards, kicked by Savakis, was good, putting the Dragons on top 7-0. Brownstown answered in the second quarter with 4:23 to play. Hogan, their quarterback, on a 26-yard scamper for a touchdown. Kick by Barrett was good, making the score 7-all. And then finally at the close of the second quarter in the first half, with 20 seconds left, Ritz on a 19-yard run around end and everywhere else. Kick good also by Barrett, makes the score 14 for Brownstown and 7 for Silver Creek.
So it's been a pretty quiet game as far as scoring, which we kind of expected, especially Silver Creek coming in, giving up less than 4 points a game. Their average is busted tonight.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what's going to happen at halftime, how they can adjust. I mean, you can only do so much, and when you got strong defenses on the other side of the ball, maybe they'll get some blocking schemes from the linemen as they come in and share information. But, I look for it to be, a low-scoring second half as well. And no turnovers, no interceptions, a clean ball game. Going to be a coin toss. Right now, Brownstown with the edge. Oh, and by the way, they get the ball to start the second half. They deferred, if you remember, won the coin toss and deferred. So they'll have the ball to start the second half.
That's why that touchdown at the end of the first half is such a key moment in the ball game. If they get the ball, could march down and poke it in again. 2-touchdown lead could be difficult to overcome for Silver Creek.
Not going to be a lot of points scored, that's for sure. And, I worry about the fact that I kept waiting for him to carry the ball, but they just didn't go to him. Carries by Lukes, again, 6 carries there. Bays had 3, Graff had 3, Russell had 2. So maybe Mr. Garrett will be able to run the ball a little bit more. He averages, 116 yards a game, and right now he's at 0.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and take another break. We come back, we'll look at scores of other games. Some surprises, some not so much. We'll find out what those are when we come back right after this.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com.
Mayhem is everywhere. I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
In Jeffersonville, call Allstate agent Brian Wright today.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you.
Quick fire of the machine there, and Mike Beck, Ball Love, and we'll give you some updates on scores. How about that? Brought to you by Brian Wright, an Allstate agent in Jeffersonville. If you need insurance for your car, your home, or just about anything, stop by his office across from Jeff Heyer. Call 282-2970. That's Allstate's Brian Wright. And here's some scores. See if any of these are a surprise to you, Paul. It's
okay.
Columbus East 48, Jeffersonville nothing at the half.
Wow.
Shocker.
Well, not that big a differential as a shocker.
New Albany leads Seymour 28-7 at the half. Clarksville 14, Corydon 27 at the half. So pretty good game at Corydon tonight. Milan 15, Providence 6 at the half. At the half at Floyd Central, Floyd 41, Jennings County nothing.
Wow.
And then at Charlestown tonight, Salem pitching a shutout at the half, 30-0. They're putting it on the Pirates. So the Lions, they say, hey, don't forget about us. We may be fourth in the conference, but they've been playing some pretty good football outside their losses to North Harrison and Brownstown.
Yeah, you know they're going to have losses against those teams. I mean, these two teams defensively are just really, really solid. As a matter of fact, I keep all these stats, offensively about ball, passing and rushing and what have you. But really, we need a third person here to keep the stats on defense because that's where it's at here tonight.
Yeah, it is. It's been a very defensive ball game. Both teams really showing what their strengths are. You and I in the booth, we've got about 6 minutes before the second half, and we've burned through many of our commercials already, but one thing we can do is thank a few of our other sponsors, including Gray and Wells. A huge thank you to them for making high school sports possible in Southern Indiana. They're open weekdays at 2005 East 10th Street in Jeff. They have 48 service bays and factory-trained employees to make sure that your car won't be off the road for long. Gray and Wells Collision Center in Jeffersonville. Also, want to thank our friends at the Knights of Columbus. Knights of Columbus holds bingo, the Council 1348, every Sunday afternoon at 1:30 and Thursday nights at 7:15 at 225 Market Street in Jeffersonville. Refreshments will be served. Well, there you go. For information on other events, visit their website, kofc1348.com. The Knights of Columbus, in service to one, in service to all. Also want to thank our folks at Mikowski Oil in Jeffersonville. Mikowski Oil, they're back for another season of support for high school football and basketball. We appreciate them. They've been in business since 1945. That's a long time. Mikowski has the experience you need for fuels done right. You can give them a call at 282-2503. That's Mikowski Oil. And then also just a reminder, glycod.com, we take it on the road next week. Lenton Stockton hosting Providence, and it's going to be a good ball game up there. Providence trailing Milan at the half 15-6 right now, but lots of stuff going on.
Second half, Mike, I just want to interject here. Matt Dennison has just sent me a text. They're going to be picking up a significant part of our game here in the second half, so he wants to make sure that we welcome listeners to the Big X Sportsnet radio network.
Well, we always love to welcome our Big X friends.
Absolutely. And also, if you're listening from Brownstown or know anything about Brownstown, we did have a homecoming ceremony tonight. The king is Tucker O'Neill, and the queen is Carly Brock. So anybody who might be watching or listening in this area, there's your proud 2017 king and queen.
How about them apples? Speaking of apples, makes me hungry. Makes me think of Cracker Barrel. You can get a good apple dumpling there this time of year.
They are good.
Cracker Barrel, they're actually a sponsor of the broadcast as well, and they're looking for some good people, kind of like the Marines, just a few good men or women. Whoever you might be, if you're looking for work, give them a call. Stop by your local Cracker Barrel today. They would love to talk with you. We appreciate their support here at glycod.com. Well, you're watching the game between the Dragons of Silver Creek and the Braves of Brownstown Central, and that's been a pretty good ball game. One of the better games we've seen this year.
Low scoring for sure, as we predicted. A little bit more passing, and I think they need more passing here to loosen up that line and be able to get back to the running game pretty much. But once again, no surprises from Brownstown side. Gus Hogan carrying the ball 13 times, gaining the most at 50 yards. But also Colton Ritz, again, we pointed out he's got a touchdown for 19 yards as well on 6 carries and 49 yards. So we thought it would be a defensive game. Whatever kind of adjustments that might be made here at halftime, I don't know what they would be, really, because neither team can complain much. I mean, they've played well defensively, just haven't got the offense really going if you're a Silver Creek team as well. But don't forget, you're playing at Brownstown. It's sometimes harder to play on the road and unfamiliar surroundings.
That's one of the things typically we talk about this part of the game is as we're making filling some time is what are those adjustments that coaches are talking about. I can't imagine what Coach Dablow is saying in there other than, hey, if we're gonna run that pass down the sideline, throw it to the guy. Don't just throw it out there. Throw it to him.
Right. I think also they've got to be cognizant of the carries that took place as far as rushing is concerned for Brownstown. Remember, Hogan late in the second quarter had a 26-yard run for a touchdown, and Ritz a 19-yard run for a touchdown after running 92. So they're eating up some big chunks of yards. Don't know really what happened there other than the fact that that single wing is sometimes deceptive, and if you keep running it enough, it's hard to figure out, and you're going to get some openings and some big gains.
That's always been the part of it, is that you may run 10 plays and you get 2 yards a carry, but then you're going to break one for 25 or 30 because at some point you're going to fool them.
That's right.
And that's the beauty of that offense. It's not always the flashiest as far as chewing up a lot of yards at one time, but it can be when you spin around and a guy all of a sudden comes squirting out of the pile and he's got the ball and everybody else is going the other way.
Ball handling is just really critical in that single wing. I mean, the way Hogan is wheeling around there and faking handoffs and, misdirection types of plays and those kinds of things, that has bothered Silver Creek a little bit, especially here in the second quarter.
One thing we haven't seen, we've seen a few penalties, not been terrible, mainly with Silver Creek. Brownstown's been pretty disciplined on their offense and defense. But the one thing that we haven't seen is any turnovers.
None. No intercept. Of course, there haven't been that many passes in the first place. Let's see, 7 passes by one, 8 by the other. So, and we expected that to be the case with strong running games. But you're right. I mean, it's hard to predict. I mean, you'd have to give the edge, obviously, to Brownstown since they're ahead by a touchdown. But and they do get the ball to start the second half, so that'll be critical as well.
Yeah, Braves on the field doing their warm-ups. Dragons come out the other side. They're out doing their part as well. Clock down to 0, but I imagine they'll put a couple more minutes back up on the board, as they often do, and that'll just mean we have a little more time to vamp here.
We can talk about the weather. I mean, they've still got the air conditioning on behind me. I'm cold.
Yeah.
Actually, the temperature outside is probably only in the, probably down to 70 by now.
In the 70s, yeah.
Right.
I suspect.
Yeah. There's rain coming, though, folks, they tell me. Going to have a rainy weekend?
That's what they say. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and get a forecast for you.
There you go. I need to water my lawn. I know that. 21 days without rain or whatever.
Hard to believe, but according to the official weather service, temperature's still 78 degrees outside.
Like I said, they got the air conditioning on in here. What a nice facility, though. As we look around, the field is well lit. Very few shadows out on the field, and of course the turf is great too. Haven't seen any slipping. Of course, it's a solid turf. No rain.
Yeah, they got new bleachers and a brand new press box up here, and this immediately has become one of my favorite places.
These two teams playing for second place in the Mid-Southern Conference, both of them at 4-1. So I think it stands to reason that the winner here tonight will be right behind North Harrison, who has beaten both of these teams by scores of just, what was it?
17-14 against Brownstown.
17-14 and 0-6.
Yeah.
So, low-scoring games, as, again, we're witnessing here tonight.
One thing it makes me wish I'd seen North Harrison.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth?
Obviously, the Cougars are having one for the ages here this year.
They have not been a team that have been high in Mid-Southern Conference, but schools in this range of size, though, they'll run through some cycles and they'll have some good athletes, and a lot of times those good athletes are also good in basketball and baseball and other sports as well, boys and girls, of course. But North Harrison having a really, really good year, obviously 7-0.
Yeah, and I don't know how they're faring tonight, but I suspect they may end their season based on the schedule that I saw. I didn't see a team that could beat them. If Brownstown and Silver Creek couldn't, I'm not sure who else could until they hit somebody in the playoffs. But we'll find out. Well, it's about time to get back to the action. And I know that you're tired of hearing us talk just about football. You'd actually like to see football. And so as the clock runs down here, 30 seconds or so to go.
Looking ahead to the tournament play, I mean, Brownstown, let's see, who do they have yet to play? They have Scottsburg yet to play next week, and Silver Creek plays Corydon. And then in tournament play, they've already made that drawing. Silver Creek will be playing Madison at home in that game, whereas Brownstown going to Lawrenceburg. Lawrenceburg, pretty good football school, too.
That's going to be a tough draw for Brownstown. Lawrenceburg knocked them out of the playoffs last year.
And wouldn't you know it, according to what I've read, that's on the 20th of October. That's their first game in the tournament. Getting close now. Both teams on the field. Silver Creek getting ready to kick the ball off. Deep to receive for Brownstown, Bollinger, and number 27, Colton Ritz. So Ritz and Bollinger, both of whom carried the ball significant numbers of time in the first half. Deep to receive. Barrett to kick.
And the third quarter underway, just like that.
11-yard line.
Ritz with the return, and he'll get out to the 29, and he'll be stopped there. And it will be a 1st and 10, Brownstown. They dealt a nice one there at the end of the first half. Can they get another drive set up here?
Well, this is where your halftime adjustments come in. We're going to find out real soon. Ball spotted, what, on the 29-yard line?
That is correct. 1st and 10. Braves with that single wing misdirection offense. Ritz in the motion. Hogan keeps it himself, runs straight ahead, and right into the hands of the Dragons.
I got to the 32-yard line, maybe 3-yard gain.
3-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 7. 14-0 your score. You can see that now on the scoreboard, or on the screen, one of the new additions this week, scoreboard app. Ritz with the ball, left side, led to a touchdown last carry. First time he's touched it in the second half. He picked up just a couple.
From the 32-yard line, where are they going to spot that, Mike? Looks out about
down to the 35. It'll be 3rd and about 4. Containment so hard on the defensive front 4, front 5. And you've got the defensive end responsibilities. Your job is not to let anybody on your outside shoulder. Sounds easy, not quite so.
Well, and again, you're not seeing wide formations. You're not seeing passing formations. This is a run game.
Ritz with another carry, left side, and he comes up short. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, I'm sorry. 4th and 3. He only got a yard. Do you punt here, or do you roll the dice? We want to welcome all our friends on the Big X listening on the radio tonight, WXVW. Grateful to have you with us as we are here at Brownstown, Silver Creek and Brownstown tangling up. Hogan with a carry and a punt. Another one of those quick punts.
But there must have been a flag on the play.
And there is a flag in the play. Illegal procedure against the Braves, and that's going to push him back 5, and they'll have to do that again. Will the Dragons send a guy back to return that kick?
Well, you know, they're not going to go 4th and 4 from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, this ball will be spotted down to the 32, so it's at a 4th and 7. You'd think you could put at least one guy back to maybe try to get a return, but they're not going to do it. Shifting around, Hogan there. Now he's deep, real deep, and this is a standard punt formation. And there's a kick and nobody there. Hogan got hit. The crowd didn't like it, but there was no flag, no call.
Referee right on the play, and he was pointing as if to say, you know, he got a piece of the ball. If you get a piece of the ball, it's not going to be roughing the kicker.
Yeah. And so ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Silver Creek defense comes up strong here in the first series for Brownstown. No first down. Can the Dragons get something going offensively? They scored the first time they touched the ball early in the first quarter. They've been shut out since then. Landers under center, man in motion is Graff. Handoff to I believe that's Garrett. Yeah, it is.
Finally, Garrett.
Garrett with a 5-yard carry out to the 35-yard line.
So that's his first positive carry in my book in the game here in the second half, 5-yard gain. And they're giving him 6 yards, actually.
Lukes sweeps to the right, has the ball, tries to get to the corner,
There's
and he's
just
thrown
nothing
down.
there. Just nothing there.
Manhandled that time. Big defensive stop by the Braves, reading in the dark here, and that's not always an easy thing to do, but that's Stuart Hayden, I believe, number 50 for the Braves, who came up big and just threw Lukes to the ground. Hayden with a big stop. That brings up 3rd and about 6. Silver Creek like to keep this moving along. We'd like to keep it moving as well. Again, hello to all our Big X listeners there on the Big X. Hand off to Russell, and he's going to pick up the first down off the right-hand side. Nice run. A little bit of a delay, counter action, and he finds a seam and gets enough for the first down. Not a lot, just enough. But in this game of inches, he got all he needed.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
1st and 10. Landers under center, puts Graff in motion. Secondary handoff to Garrett this time. Garrett dives ahead for 4, maybe 5.
Gonna give him 5 yards. Now this is what I've been looking for. I mean, he's been their man.
Garrett's been quiet tonight.
Yes, he has. But now second half time.
2nd and 5. Ball at the 45. Motion man is Lukes, goes to his right. Handoff is to Garrett, I believe. Garrett is hit in the backfield, but lunges forward. He's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4, just short of a first down. Nice run. Garrett again gets the call. Well, you asked.
Yeah.
You wanted it. Now you got it.
I did. Luke's really dominated the first half carrying the football.
3rd and a long one. Big play here. Man in motion is Bays. Goes to the right side.
Sneak.
Quarterback keeper, and he got nothing. He did not get it. It's going to bring up a 4th down play for Silver Creek. 4th and 1. Landers went forward, and he got popped. If the windows had been open here, we would have heard it.
Middle of that defensive line for Brownstown said, no way, Jose.
Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and then he got, literally he got popped. He bounced back like a tennis ball.
Ball on the 49-yard line. There's lining up to go for it.
4th and 1.
Look
This is a big
look
play.
for Garrett here.
Hand off to Garrett, left side. He's going to fight, and he's gets
Boy, he's
to the
close.
50.
He is close.
Where we see where they spot that.
Got to get across the 50-yard line in order to get the first down. And they're going to have a measurement on this.
I think they're going to have to measure.
Does not appear to be a first down.
I think he got farther than where they spotted the ball, but it's going to be close. I don't know that was the most generous spot, but you do the best you can and see what happens.
Going to be 3 inches short. Maybe half a foot.
It's not much. Garrett made a valiant effort, but comes up just a few inches short. And that's a stop. Turnover on downs. Coach Dablow went for it. Gamble didn't pay off this time. That gives the Braves a short field here. As you're watching on Glycod.com and listening on the Big X, 1450 AM.
I don't know if you call that a short field or not. It's right on the 50-yard line, right in the middle of the field.
That's better than going from the 20.
That's true.
That's shorter. Ritz in motion, but the handoff is back this side to Bollinger, and he's got plenty of room to run, and he's
look
got
out! Look out! What kind of speed?
Gone. And it's a foot race to the end zone. Bollinger wins, and the Braves have pushed it out to a 27 advantage here with 7:24 to go in the third quarter. Nice looking play, great downfield blocking. Boy, I wish some other schools would just watch the discipline of these Brownstown Braves players, downfield blocking. So many kids give up on a play when it's not to them, or when 3 or 4 seconds go by, they just stop. That downfield blocking made all the difference. Savakis lines up for the kick. Kick is up, and it is good. 21-7. Silver Creek on their heels right now in the third quarter, and they're in an unfamiliar position. They won their first 6, lost last week 6-0, but now they trail by 2 touchdowns.
That is going to be hard to overcome against a Brownstown team on their homecoming night here. Home field advantage, and I tell you what, the single wing is now deceiving Silver Creek. They do not anticipate or cannot anticipate. As a matter of fact, I can't either, Mike. There's times when I'm looking out here, who's got the ball? And they really do a nice job of execution in that single wing.
Well, you wonder, and people have asked, why some teams have been dominant for so long. You look at the Class 4, Class 5A school, Columbus East. They're very disciplined, very well coached. That program is just firing on all cylinders. This program, I can tell you why. These kids bought this offense, they sell this offense, and they run it to a T. Teams that run the single wing effectively at this level can dominate year in and year out with, and I'm not saying they have average talent, but even if you did, it's so hard to follow. Deep kick taken by Bays. He's in trouble, running for his life. He's at the 10, 15. Now he finds a hole. He goes back the other way. And he stays on his feet and finally tripped up by Bollinger.
About the 32-yard line.
We got bodies all over the field. Nice run by Bays.
He ran about 60 and got back about 30.
I think he was getting tired cutting back across the field the second time, but ball out to the 32.
31 maybe.
Let's see where they spotted. They do put it at the 32, so nice return. Didn't look like much to start, but he made something out of nothing. Give him a sow's ear the next time and see what he does. Motion man. Landers, or the quarterback keeper, goes to the right side. Leaping dive, and he'll pick up 4, maybe 5 yards. We'll see where they spot it. Nice run by Landers. That's the first time they've called a quarterback keeper like that, isn't it, other than the short yardage play?
I do not have him down for a run in the first half, so you're right. 4-yard gain on the play.
Now they give him 5.
They give him 5, okay. I'll change it.
The quarterbacks, you know how they are. They're Hollywood. They got to get their points.
I was a quarterback.
Lukes comes to the left side. This has been tough, and he goes backwards. He does not get any positive yards. He'll lose a couple. And we got a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. Probably a hold. Seems where the flag went in is in the area of what's typically called a hold. So we'll wait for this. No, it's downfield. It's a hold against the defense. An interesting call. Fans are not happy. They're explaining to the referees why that was really a bad call. And I can tell you from experience.
Fans are hollering it's a running play. How can it be holding? Now he's changed it to holding against Silver Creek. Oh, my goodness.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
The back judge said it was holding downfield. He's the one that threw the flag. He's 20 yards away from the play. And the referee comes up and says, no, it's holding over here on the sidelines. Okay, okay. I was going to ask you to explain that to me, but
I can't. I can't.
That's futile. It's not because of you. I don't think anybody understand that. 6:30 to go, third quarter here. 21-7. Brownstown scored 3 unanswered touchdowns after Silver Creek opened up with an early 7-0 lead. Pass to Garrett. No, blocked. Incomplete. Brownstown firing on all cylinders defensively tonight. They read that play. Landers got the ball, threw it low, and he's lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Not a very good pass. Not a very good scheme. And 3rd and 17 now. Silver Creek really can't afford to give the ball back up, but they're going to have to. This is a passing play possibility, probably.
Target was Jake Lemon on that double reverse, and he sniffed it out. Nice defensive stop Man, I love a good defensive team. Number 24, Reese Covert, I'm sorry.
Is that Graff on the carry, I think?
I believe so. Graff goes down and heads to the sideline. And it's 4th and long. And it's not 4th and 17. It's a lot more than 4th and 17. It's more like 4th and 27. Ball is on the 18-yard line. And the punt team is out there. Barrett, who had a nice 60-plus yard punt earlier. Does he have another one in him?
Pretty good punt.
Bollinger bounces over his head. He picks it up. He's got some room to run. Finally tackled at about the 48-yard line. First hit about the 35, but they could not pull him down, and he'll get back close to midfield.
Spot at the 49-yard line.
Don't know if you're feeling it, but you get this sense where this game is just swinging in the favor of the Braves right now.
Momentum definitely on the Braves side.
I bet you can't say that again.
Momentum. Sorry.
It's a new word. You listen long enough, I'm liable to say anything too.
Not in my vocabulary.
1st and 10, Braves ball at the 49, their own 49-yard line. They're again working just half the field.
Tell you what, they get another big play here, it's going to be
back-breaking time.
Bad.
Everybody ready? Moving is Ritz. Fakes the handoff. Ball is up the middle. I believe it's Bollinger with the carry. He'll get 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Thought Ritz had it. Hogan's back there spinning like a swirling dervish or something, or whirling dervish. I mean, he comes out of there like a top.
It's a unique offense. I mean, I'm like you. Why do more schools not use this? But it takes precision
and a lot of practice. Hogan hands off to Ritz. Ritz left side breaks a tackle. We got a flag down. Ritz goes down as well. He'll pick up the first down on the ground, but this one may come back as a looks like a holding penalty is going to be flagged. We'll see what they say. Ritz has really been an effective runner for them tonight. Every time he gets his hands on the ball, you feel like he could break it. But you could say that about Hogan or Bollinger or Bell.
And that's what Coach May said, too. Who do you count on? They got 3 guys back there that can do the job.
A lot of weapons. Now, what is this?
I'm not sure about this referee. He's calling in the line judge.
Yeah. Tell me what to do, because I'm completely confused.
I don't know what to write down.
This would be a great time for bad lip reading. See, could be a new segment here on our broadcast. But they're discussing it. They say it's holding against the offense. Don't know why they had to have a conference for that. Unsportsmanlike against Silver Creek. How is that possible? That both penalties.
I guess they're offset now? Is that what we're going to say?
Yeah, offsetting penalties.
Go back to 2nd and 5 as if no play took place.
Well, they're going to move it back 10 and then move it ahead 15. What?
Okay, so.
Okay, and that should be a first down.
So who got 5 yards and who got 15?
15 was against Silver Creek. They had the unsportsmanlike. The holding was against Brownstown.
Okay.
But see, the holding is spotted from where the hold took place.
I give up. I have no clue as to. Now they're going to measure. Sorry.
I'm sorry, fans, Glycod.com listeners, and also our friends at the Big X tonight who's tuned in. We're glad you are joining us. And it is a first down.
I know.
A lot of drama here tonight at Brownstown. Some of it brought by the guys in the black and white hats. I will just leave it at that.
Yeah, I was going to say, no more comment.
21-7 is the score. 4:46 to go third quarter. The Braves, 3 unanswered touchdowns to put them in this position. Really, the big one was the one right before half. They had to go down the field with about a minute and a half to go. Went 93 yards and scored with 40-some-odd seconds left. Ritz with the ball after a Statue of Liberty type play. He keeps fighting, and he'll finally go down, maybe a loss of a yard.
They're going to move him back there a little bit.
Hogan spun around and stood there like the old Statue of Liberty. Ritz comes by and picks his pocket. Silver Creek not fooled. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. I don't know if Silver Creek will get back in this one or win the ball game, but I will tip my hat to them. Their defense has come a long way in the last few years. The Silver Creek program is definitely on the rise. Handoff. Ritz again, left side. Oh, he's deadly. He's open. One man to beat. And that is Lukes, who comes in at the last minute and takes his legs out, but he's inside the 10-yard line. A great run. And if it were not for Lukes, that would have been a touchdown.
Good breakaway speed.
He's strong.
Where are they going to spot this ball? Hard to tell from this angle.
It looks it to be on the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. We'll have to count on the...
say 5, so that's a 37-yard burst for Mr. Ritz.
1st and goal. Braves threatening to blow this one open. Ritz in motion. Hogan follows around behind him. Hogan has the ball, and Hogan is taken down hard.
Like a horse collar tackle.
He went down hard, and he gets up quickly, though. He's all right. If he's not, he's sure faking it, hiding it well.
Going to give him a yard on the play, or no gain?
No, doesn't appear to be any gain. Maybe, yeah, they give him a yard now. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line, 3:14 to go. 21-7 your score. 3rd quarter action here at Brownstown. The Dragons and the Braves. This is a marquee game. Hogan shuttle pass to Ritz. He goes into the pile. He's short of the goal line, though, to bring up 3rd and goal at about the 1. He was close. Definitely 2-down territory here for the Braves. This is a tall order for the Dragons, trying to come up with 2 stops a yard away from the goal line. Hogan and Bell back there, lined up next to each other. Bell took the snap. Bell got the touchdown. All that movement and motion. Had no idea who had the ball, but it was Bell, and he goes in from a yard out to extend the Brave lead, 27-7. And this ought to be an advertisement for the single wing. Yeah, I know it's archaic, but gosh darn it, it works. Extra point attempt, Savakis. Kick is up. Kick is good. 28-7. 4 unanswered touchdowns, 4 scores since that first drive score from the Dragons. They've been shut out since then. And this has been a long road.
The adjustments at halftime have to be in favor of Brownstown. You know, some interesting thing here, Mike. That's 4 touchdowns, 4 different players. Touchdowns by Hogan, Ritz, Bollinger, and Bell.
Well, they're using their weapons effectively.
Exactly. That's what Coach May was talking about, the fact that I said, who do you count on in the backfield? And I said, well, you know, they all basically get the job done. So they don't have the big stud back there that gets all the yards and all the carries, all the touchdowns.
What they do here, tradition at Brownstown, is you ring the bell for every point. I imagine people that live near the school get tired of that in October.
Oh, I think they love the sound.
There's always one neighbor. I wish they'd stop that. That wouldn't be me. Savakis lines up to kick off. 2:26 to go in the 3rd. Brownstown Central dominating. Nice kick. Deep into the hands of Bays. Bays goes to his left. Trying to set up something. Block missed. He's out there by himself and basically thrown out of bounds across the 20-yard line. Difference there. A couple of missed blocks by the kick return team. Bays was out there kind of stranded. Those whiff blocks don't do you any favors, I'll tell you that.
The 25-yard line, would you say?
Yep, that's where they spot it, the 25, 2:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
All right, time for Silver Creek to answer here now. They're a better team than this. Their defense that they pride themselves on, giving up 28 points already in the ball game. They've only given up 20 yards or 20 points in 7 games.
Garrett with the ball reverses his field, goes back to his left, and finally goes down at the 30-yard line. These Brownstown kids laid the boom on him when he finally got him stood up.
Gave him about 5 yards.
But he did pick up 5. Garrett working hard for every yard.
Had to reverse his field because it was clogged on the direction he was headed. Nice change of direction by Garrett.
And nobody more than 7 yards from the ball here on the defensive side. Garrett took the snap, handed off to Lukes. No, not Lukes. That's Ben Landers with the carry, and he didn't go anywhere positive. Down at the 30, no gain, 3rd and 5. And now Silver Creek in a tough spot. Offensively, what can they do here? Landers is going to take a timeout. He did not understand what was going on. Confusion on the field led to an unwelcome timeout. I guarantee Coach not happy about that. No. But he's probably happy they didn't make a mistake and give the ball away. So they took a break. We'll take a quick one as well. We'll be right back. Right after this, you're listening to coverage here on glycod.com. Stay with us.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
Welcome back here. Mike Beck, Paul Love. Minute 10 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 5 situation. Silver Creek caught in a bit of confusion or miscommunication. Landers called the timeout. He's under center. Nobody in the backfield. He's going to put a pass up. Running to his right, throws it downfield, and overthrows Garrett. Garrett can't get there. Landers throws it up, but nobody really could get to it. Neither could a defender. That'll bring up 4th and 5.
Not much of a passing game here except for Bile. If they can find him, he's their favorite target, certainly. He had a 38-yard pass catch in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But nothing since. Brownstown defense just too good.
4th and 5. Punting situation. Barrett back deep to kick. Return man for the Braves is Bollinger. He's at his own 30-yard line. High snap, covered well. Kick is up. It's good. End over end. It's going to hit and bounce. And it'll be taken at the 28-yard line. Bollinger runs it out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, and that's where they'll take it over 1st and 10.
It'll be awfully difficult for Silver Creek to get back in this game.
Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 28-7 is your score. Silver Creek took the early lead, first drive of the game, by an acrobatic juggling catch by Garrett. Tipped the ball up, caught it, then turned and made a run for the end zone. Defender fallen down on the play. Since then, it's been all Braves. Ritz to the left side. Boy, there's a pattern. And Ritz finds a first down. He'll pick up 12, 13 yards on the carry. Nice run by Ritz. That play has been working for them all of the second half and well into the second quarter as well.
Ritz had a 37-yard gain on that similar play in the third quarter. Now he's come up with 12 that time. So ball spotted on the, 47-yard line?
Under a minute to go here. Should be the last play of the third quarter. Hogan brings it out. Teams lined up. One man split out wide this time.
Play clock down to 6 seconds.
Motion. And it's going to be a pass as Bollinger throws it downfield. And it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the receiver. Right in the hands of Barger, but he couldn't hold on to it. Luke's on the coverage, and he'll get credit for breaking that one up. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 14 seconds to go here in the third.
A little dipsy-do there. First time we've seen that out of the Braves.
Braves
opening the playbook up a little bit here.
Similar lineup here. And that pass was almost caught.
It was.
2nd and 10. Hogan hands off to Ritz, goes to the left, weaves through and finally taken down, but he picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards. Doesn't look like he gets much, but he makes the most out of it, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, Brownstown 28, Silver Creek 7. We'll take a break, be back with the fourth quarter right after this. You're listening to GlideCod.com coverage of Kentuckiana High School football, along with our friends and partners at the Big X, 1450 WXVW. We'll be right back right after this.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They sell residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
Fourth quarter underway here at Brownstown Central. The Braves up 28-7, 3rd and 6. Hogan coming at us.
Wow, what a hit.
And he's knocked backwards.
51 there for Silver Creek. Put a lick on the man. That's that number we don't know, too, isn't it?
Yeah, Hogan, he's hearing bells, and it's not the one ringing down the end of the end zone. That was a pop. And he lost some yards on it, lost about 4. It's going to be 4th and 9. And Hogan's trying to make sure which team he's still on. That was a hit.
That was the best hit I've seen this year. Best hit I've seen this year in high school football.
Well, that's saying something. Hogan gets the kickoff, but the ball was tipped. You run a play like that, you're just asking to get your quarterback eaten up, and he's down, rolling around on the ground. Now he's up.
It was that quick kick again, and, you know, it was, I think the referee was right on the target that time. It was deflected a little bit. Good kick, though, gets down to the 14-yard line?
Yep. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragons. They got a long way to go. Clock's now their enemy as well. 28-7 under, 11 minutes to go in the fourth.
Down 21 points. I'm not surprised, though, Mike. I'm really not. Brownstown has just been that good over the years. A team like Silver Creek coming in, allowing under 4 points a game on average, but they've run into a buzzsaw here in Brownstown.
Buzzsaw is a great way to describe it. Landers in the shotgun. Single back set. He's going to put the ball up. Throws it out underneath. And it's incomplete. Ritz knocks it down. Target was Bishop Hughes, but nothing doing that time. Incomplete pass. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's another one of those jump ball passes where it just, throw it up in the air and hope your guy can go up and get it. And good defense that time by Brownstown.
Updated scores, no updates on the Columbus East Jeff game, 48-0 in the third quarter. New Albany 28, Seymour 14 with 1:36 in the third. Final, Corydon 49, Clarksville 20. An incomplete pass out to the left side. And going to the air game, but not much happening there, and that's going to be 3rd and 10 now. Silver Creek trying to get some big yards in a hurry, but their passing offense not very efficient.
They're not built for passing, that's for sure.
Landers in the shotgun. Garrett to his left. And he's going to look downfield and tried to escape the rush, but he's brought down from behind, and that will go down as a sack of the quarterback. 3-yard loss on the play, and it'll bring up 4th and 13, and the punt team comes on, and that was quick.
3 and out, not what they needed, that's for sure. 10:36 left in the fourth quarter. Deep for Brownstown to receive, number 2, Caleb Bollinger.
Barrett back at the, he's in the end zone. Going to be punting from his own end zone. That's always dangerous.
He needs another 60-yarder here like he did earlier.
Especially in high school. Snaps are not...
perfect snap.
That was a great snap. Nice kick. A little bit off his foot, but it gets a positive bounce. And will stop at about the 49-yard line. So the Braves start again near midfield. And they've started a lot there tonight, and they've turned it into points most of the time. First and 10, Brownstown from the Silver Creek 49. This is a dagger drive. They score here. It's going to be tough regardless, but one more score, and this is a fait accompli. Matthew Bell, direct snap, and goes nowhere.
Lost a yard.
Great defensive play up front. Zach Nolan on the stop, sniffed that one out, 2nd and 11.
In this single wing offense, I don't know if our viewers can really see what's going on here. The ball is snapped to any number of different people, so it's very difficult for the defense to make the reads and know where to be.
Many times you almost just have to pick a player and you're on that guy, but you can't even make it that simple. You'd think it could be that simple, but it isn't. I played against it. It was the most confusing offense we ever played against at Wrights. Handoff to Ritz, comes back toward the camera here, and finally goes out of bounds. Luke's on the stop. Fans are saying he was hit late, but Luke's was kind of buried underneath a blocker. He couldn't really see where he was at. I don't think you can fault him for that play. It wasn't like it was a purposeful late hit or anything.
4 yards on the play.
Brings up 3rd and 7. Ball at the 46-yard line. They need to get down to the 39 for a first down. Clock stops at 9:16 to go. Ritz with the ball once again. This time, Silver Creek said no. We've been burned on that too many times. Big loss that time. Back across midfield to the 46-yard line.
An 8-yard loss.
So that'd be 4th and 14.
And here we go again.
Coach is going to send Bile back this time.
Are we going to kick or are we not?
They're trying to get that roughing the kicker penalty, I think. Now he goes back into a standard punt formation. Hogan back. And here's the kick. Not a bad looking kick. It's going to get a great roll. Goes down out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And Silver Creek. That's one thing we talked about early in our pregame coverage was field position. Definitely.
Bays on the carry, lost a couple yards. Another flag on the play.
Had a little technical hiccup there, went offline, folks, but we are back. Not sure what happened, but
yeah. Another penalty on the play. Brownstown fans not liking this at all.
A lot of flags flying there, a lot of late hits.
2-yard loss by Bays on the play.
I think some folks are getting frustrated out there and not sure what the...
Unsportsman. And an ejection on the player. My goodness.
51. $15-yard penalty.
It's on Silver Creek, obviously. Don't understand. Ball on the 37 now. Had to be against Silver Creek. That's who got marched off. And somebody was ejected from the game. We just don't know who that was.
Number 51.
Oh, it was 51, our player that we
51.
Can't identify.
Yeah. It's not on our roster. So I'm as frustrated as you are, folks. I wish I could tell you who it is, but all I can rely on is what the coaches supply. Hand off to Russell. Racing to the edge. Maybe to the 40-yard line. He goes out of bounds. And that'll bring up 3rd and super long.
Spot the ball at the 40, 3-yard gain.
This will be 3rd and 24. Man in motion is Russell. Throws a pass to Lukes. Bounces off his helmet, goes out of bounds, incomplete. Landers frustrated. That's been kind of the night for the Dragons.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate. 5 passes in here in the second half. None of them connected for completion. 4th down and a million. At least 25. 22 is what's on the board. Barrett to kick.
And deep is Bollinger. He'll line up at his 20-yard line. Low snap, one hops to Barrett, gets it away, and he is hit. And they're going to have a roughing the kicker penalty. Bollinger gets to the left side. And he'll go out of bounds at the 40-yard line, but
not going to count. Roughing the kicker.
And
even 15 yards, though, it's going to still make it 4th and 8 or something like that.
It's an interesting situation, though. Will they?
They're not happy with the guy in the white hat out here tonight. There was contact after the kick.
Yeah, but he did not touch the ball, and if you're going to apply the rule, this referee may not get asked back here next time.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Just for his own safety. They're roughing the kicker. Now, that's not an automatic first down, is it?
That I don't know.
That would
certainly
be a real shock.
Even 15 yards is not, like I said, it would be 4th and about 8 maybe.
They gave him 10 yards.
Is that all it was? It wasn't
no, they didn't give him 5 yards.
I don't understand.
Was that running into the kicker as opposed to roughing the kicker? You know, he's not very clear on his signaling.
I'll get a conference with the white hat after the game.
I'll let you do that. Clock starts. Barrett to kick again. No rush of any kind this time.
Nice kick this time.
Bollinger going to let it bounce, and it goes out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. A lot of energy, not much difference in the spotting of the ball.
All right.
I tell you, this is
6:59.
In the Mid-Southern Conference, this game is going to become one of those marquee rivalry games.
It could, yeah. It really could.
Silver Creek keeps doing what they're doing.
I'm looking at Silver Creek's lineup, though. A lot of juniors and seniors in that lineup. Garrett, of course, is a senior. Russell, a senior. Landers comes back as a junior, along with Bays and Graff.
Never hurts to get your quarterback back.
No, sir.
Right side run. That is Reese Covert, number 24 on the carry. Nice run. He got the first down across the 30 to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. 28-7, and the Braves fans started the chant. made popular by Florida State 30 years ago. A little tomahawk chop. Also, the Atlanta Braves have used that as well.
Is that politically correct, Mike?
I'm not speaking to that. I was a big fan of the chop, I'm not going to lie. Ritz to the left side. Dances on the sideline, finally goes out of bounds. Stop the clock with 6:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Mike Beck, Paul Love made the trip up here to Brownstown, expected a good game. It was a good game in the first half. It got away from Silver Creek, and then the second half they just really have had no answer. Offensively, they just can't get the ball moving. And Brownstown's offense, and it's hard to corral, not going to lie. See why they score so many points. Ball on the ground. It's a fumble. And Bell looks like he got it back. Ball went down. Rare miscue by the Braves. But no turnovers tonight for either team. They lost a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 7. Ball at the 34. First ball game of October 6th. Temperature still in the 70s here. Pushing at 9:17 at night. Can't believe it. Hogan hands off to Ritz. Ritz comes at us.
Across the 40-yard line, 41.
You're going to be just short of a first down. It'll bring up 4th and 1. I'd say they're definitely going for it. They got nothing to lose here, even if they give up the ball here in their own territory. Silver Creek hasn't shown they can muster much of an offensive attack here in the second half. Just watch this, folks. Whirling Dervish at quarterback. Now he drops back into punting formation. Nobody back to return. Fakes a snap. Bell through the wave. Bile, the last one to stop him, and he drags him down. Fake punt. Pulled everything out of your playbook tonight.
Is that Bell?
That was Bell.
25-yard gain. They've been getting some big chunks of yardage.
35-yard line. 1st and 10. 4:43 to go. That's the kind of offense that makes other teams frustrated, because you can do everything right and just be completely fooled. Man in motion, back to Ritz. Ritz left side, and he'll go down, but he'll pick up about 7 or 8 yards. Across the 30 to the 28. 2nd and 3. No hurry on the play. Braves taking their time now. Under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. They've got this one sealed up. Now they're just killing the clock. Hogan gets his team lined up. Man in motion is Ritz. Ritz gets the handoff. Ritz goes left side, cuts it back in. And he'll be down across the 20 for another first down. Spot him at the 18. That first defender to Ritz, when he comes around that corner, Ritz plants and cuts back inside. He's made that man miss, I'd say, at least 6 times tonight.
Nice 10-yard gain that time. Boy, he's been the workhorse here in the fourth quarter, that's for sure. That was his 6th carry.
Silver Creek players starting to look a little tired and disheveled out there. Frustrated, I'm sure. Fake. Direct snap to Bell. All that motion in the backfield. Bell was the one running up the center.
Again, that snap to the up back.
And we got a Silver Creek player down. I can't tell if it's a knee or a calf.
Might be a little cramp situation.
Can't see who that is. But trainers running out on the field from both teams. So we got a stoppage of the action. We'll take this opportunity to take a break as well. We'll be back right after this on glycod.com. Stay with us, folks. More yet to come.
Glycod.com is the premier online source for the most in-depth coverage of high school sports. From the best in play-by-play events to real-time score updates and a gallery of the area's top performers.
Or not.
Glycod.com is a must-click for more on your favorite team. Browse and watch. Video, audio, live, and archive. That's Glycod.
Trying to pick up the number.
Tonight's live presentation of Kentuckiana Football Friday has been brought to you by Centra Credit Union for banking and financial services that are centered around you. By Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, quality technicians with a personal touch. By Kentuckiana Insurance Center, independent insurance agent serving Sellersburg for...
No, not at all. He's a big guy. Had a nice third quarter. Carried 5 times, gained 20 yards. Nothing near his average, however.
Sorry about all that drama, folks. My equipment just took a moment and decided it was going to do something completely opposite of what I told it to do. I don't know if that's ever happened. It's like you and your kids. You just never know. Will they behave? Will they obey? Or will they have the mind of their own? 2:40 to go, fourth quarter.
10-yard line. Braves knocking on the door again. Clock is running.
And they'll use up most of the play clock here. Bell with another direct snap. And inside the 10-yard line, it'll be first and goal. And they threaten to score once again.
And ball sitting well on the 5-yard line. Can you tell that? They haven't marked it on the scoreboard yet.
No, it's not quite to the 5. I'd say it's the 7 maybe.
Give him 3 yards on that gain. Again, like you said, using the play clock down to 10. Content to run the clock out.
Hogan. And we got a late flag coming in from the backside. No touchdown on the carry. We'll have to find out what the call was.
That was number 24 on that carry, wasn't it, Mike? New player in the game.
Yeah, he's had a couple.
Covert?
Covert, yeah.
Okay.
And we have legal procedure against the Braves. Rare miscue on the offense. They'll go back 5. But the ball will go back.
Oh.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and recare appointments, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleanings to complex procedures. Call Annette or Joyce today at 812-944-5155 and see why 5 generations of patients still return to Carter Family Dentistry, located on Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Mayhem is everywhere. I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. you yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
And Floyd Knobs. Call Allstate agent Packy Page today.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Glycod's coverage of Kentuckiana Football Friday continues with the postgame show. A recap of tonight's action, recognition of tonight's top players, and scores of other games. Brought to you by Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. If you have crime information to report, contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office tip line at 812-280-2276 or email tips at clarkcosheriff.com.
And welcome back here, post-game coverage. Mike Beck, Paul Love here, and we'll try to give you what we know about this game. As far as stats, Paul, how you doing?
Yeah, we can do that. Just running through Silver Creek, first of all, not a very good offensive game for the Dragons tonight. I had them with 32 running plays and only 99 yards, so kept them under 100 yards rushing. 3 of 13 from passing, a total of 82 yards, so for the game, I have the Dragons 45 plays from scrimmage and 181 yards. Only person really of noteworthy maybe would be Luke's. Carried the ball 8 times, 46 yards. He was their big gainer. 6 penalties in the game. I have a total of 70 yards in penalties for the Dragons. For the Brownstown Braves, again, they spread it out pretty well. 46 plays or running plays from scrimmage in the for the ball game, 302 yards rushing, 5 of 9 passing, 51 yards. So I have the Braves 55 plays from scrimmage and 353 yards compared to 181 for Silver Creek. 7 penalties, 55 yards. Got more penalties in that second half. Certainly, at times we couldn't understand really what was going on out there. So,
yep.
Very much in favor of the Brownstown Braves. Really, surprised, I think, with their single wing offense, the Dragons tonight. So final score we have is what, 28?
28-7.
28-7. So no points in the fourth quarter, and that'll do it. We can go over the scoring a little bit later if you want to.
All right, we'll go ahead and take another break. We'll be back right after this with more post-game coverage, including our most outstanding player of the game. We'll have to figure this one out.
Yeah, that'll be a hard one.
We'll do that right after this.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
The W.M. Kelly Company, complete metal manufacturing located in New Albany. They are always looking for experienced welders and machine operators. If you're interested in becoming part of their team, contact W.M. Kelly's Human Resources Office at 812-945-3529 or send an email to info@wmkelly.com. W.M. Kelly. Designing, building, innovating.
Kentuckiana Insurance Center in Sellersburg protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. They're a full-service independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing superior service and the best coverage possible. A pace-setter agency for 28 years, Kentuckiana Insurance Center was awarded Motorist Coveted Pace-Setter designation, the top recognition the company awards agents. Choose a Motorist Pace-Setter agent to get the protection and security you need. Motorist Insurance. You know us. Call Earl of Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700. Many children in your community need a voice. That's why you should volunteer for CASA, court-appointed special advocates who stand for the best interest of abused and neglected children involved in the court system. CASA volunteers are ordinary community members, and as a volunteer, you'll receive plenty of training and have lots of resources to help you with your cases. For more information or to become a volunteer, contact your local CASA office or visit casaforchildren.org.
Welcome back to post-game coverage. Mike Beck, Paul Love, and it is time to award our Most Outstanding Player of the Game award tonight, and that is brought to you by your Allstate Insurance agents, Packy Page of Floyd Knobs and Brian Wright of Jeffersonville for a free quote on your car insurance. Stop by Packy or Brian's office today. Tonight's winner, I should say.
Well, I have to make a correction in my stats there. I just tried to do it too hastily. So let me correct. Brownstown carried the ball, 51 carries from the line of scrimmage, 357 yards, and 5 of 9, 51 yards passing. So they were 60 plays, 408 yards. Big difference. And the reason I wanted to correct that is because I missed out on Colton Ritz, who is, by the way, our player of the game. I had him down for less than what he really did. I had him for 17 carries and 139 yards. He was the workhorse for Brownstown. Had one touchdown to go along with the 3 other touchdowns by 3 different players. So, player of the game, I think Colton Ritz had a nice game tonight.
Definitely putting on the Ritz tonight. There you Colton Ritz, our most outstanding player of the game. We'll go ahead, take another break, come back with the final look at the scoring, thoughts about next week, and turning our attention to playoffs. It's almost that time. More yet to come here on Glycod.com. Stay with us.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the game. Mike Beck, Paul Love, our post-game coverage just about to wrap up here. But before we do, want to bring you up to date on the scoreboard and our final scoreboard update tonight, brought to you by Vonyers Auto Air and Jeff, owners of the best reviews on the web. That's Vonyers Auto Air at 1903 Dutch Avenue in Jeffersonville. Let's take a look at those scores as these things are coming in. Columbus East beat Jeff. Final score 48-7. So apparently Columbus East put in their cheerleaders in the second half. The end of 3, New Albany 28, Seymour 14. Corydon knocked off Clarksville. Final 49-20. Milan gets the win at home. Beats visiting Providence 29-12. Final score at Charlestown, Salem 44, Charlestown 8. DeSales knocks off an undefeated Cal tonight, and Louisville just across the river. Cal was undefeated going in the game tonight. They lost 21-3 to DeSales. Also, Jennings County loses at Floyd Central 48-21. So that is the final scores. And
message coming in here.
Okay.
WXVW.
We'll do a scoreboard report here in just a moment, but we're going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. But before we do that, let's talk about next week. I take it on the road. You won't be with me. You're bugging out of here. Going to take a
Atlantic Ocean
vacation, an ocean cruise.
There you go.
And I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but I'm jealous. I'm not going to lie. But I will be headed up the road with Antoine Wardlow, and we're going to go up to Linton, Stockton. Yes, that's in Greene County, and you'll get a map out. You'll find it. But Providence is going to find it, and we're going to follow them up there on Friday night next week for our final home game of the Indiana regular season. Then we'll be in the playoffs. So lots of interesting action up there. But so I hope you'll tune in next week. Again, pregame coverage starts 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Myself and Antoine will hold the fort. We'll figure it out. I'll send you a tweet or something, let you know how it worked out. So, but that's it. Any final thoughts, Paul, on the game before we put a bow on it?
Yeah, a little bit of a shocker. I feel for Silver Creek, having had a really outstanding season up to now, but they ran into a buzzsaw here tonight. That Brownstown single-wing offense just kept them off balance all night long, and Silver Creek scores the first touchdown, they don't score again. Well, Brownstown scores 4, so kudos to Coach May and the Brownstown Braves. They'll finish second in the conference.
Okay. Well, we'll take a bow and head out of here tonight. For a rebroadcast of this game, be sure to click on glycod.com for more. Tonight's executive producer was Steve Bird with music by Jason Shaw. The final score again was Brownstown Central 28, Silver Creek 7. For Paul Love, I'm Mike Beck saying goodbye from Brownstown. We'll see you next week at Linton, Stockton. Until then, have yourselves a great week. God bless. Take care. You've been listening and watching High School Football on glycod.com.
Tonight's live presentation of Kentuckiana Football Friday has been brought to you by Centra Credit Union for banking and financial services that are centered around you. By Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, quality technicians with a personal touch. By Kentuckiana Insurance Center, independent insurance agents serving Sellersburg for 30 years. By Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll, who reminds you not to text and drive. By W.M. Kelly Company in New Albany, designing, building, innovating, and now hiring. By Voyniers Auto Air in Jeff. By Our Place, providing drug and alcohol education services throughout southern Indiana. And by Allstate agents Brian Wright and Packy Page. They put you in good hands.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcast, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter at Glycod. We thank you for listening to this live sports presentation from Glycod Communications.